What's good? What's popping? What's up? What's up, everybody? We got a lot to get into, a little bit of time. Got about the next 2 hours before I have to go to this event. Later in the video, I'm definitely going to be dropping the link. Okay, I'm going to be dropping the link, give everybody a chance and opportunity to get in here. And for the record, I am smoking a cigarette. Okay, this is a hand-rolled cigarette that I'm smoking. I'm not going to try to smoke on camera simply because it's kids and I don't want to convince my audience and the kids that are watching that it's okay to smoke cigarettes, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with smoking a cigarette. So I'm gonna be doing that periodically, just FYI. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. What's up, Lotus Ty? What's up, everybody that's coming through? I'll say what's up to you guys periodically because I got a docket in a tight schedule, so I want to get into it. First up, you guys know that multiple people want to be petitioners against me, and for some reason they always think I'm talking about them. I don't know what to say with these crazy people. I don't know how much illegal substances they have to take in order to stay fixated or act like it's okay to be fixated upon other people. But I have one case that is currently on appeal. It's a restraining order that I feel like is totally invalid. And as somebody who knows how to navigate the court system, if I continue the case, then that's just what it is. And the funny thing about it is people have tried to shun upon me because in the state of California, I have to request permission to file lawsuits. That is not to actually respond to a lawsuit. And I'm the defendant in this matter. And honestly, at the end of it all, I look forward to making new precedents and new laws that basically says it's unconstitutional to use the vexatious litigant status against a defendant. In addition to that, to prejudice them in the court of law. So my case is on appeal for the final judgment, but there's other things like post-judgment motions. Like I just recently filed the motion to stay the enforcement of judgment. And the document basically spells out that it's completely illegal. And some of the things that happened during the trial, the case presents serious statutory and constitutional defects warranting a stay. The trial court failed to perform the mandated two-step anti-SLAPP analysis under CCP. Section 425.16 proceeded to a bench trial over timely objection, acknowledged imposing a prior restraint without constitutional scrutiny, and refused to respond to an on-the-record disclosure inquiry regarding potential relationships with counsel. Compounding these defects, respondent was denied a meaningful opportunity to cross-examine, while unsupported and inflammatory allegations were introduced prior to any anti-SLAPP determination. Absent a stay, respondent faces ongoing irreparable harm, including chilling of protected speech and potential criminal exposure under CCP. A penal code 273.6 based on constitutionally protected activity. So basically, when you have people who file fake ass restraining orders and then go around the internet bragging, boasting, taunting, trying to use that to harass people, to bully them and back them into a corner while also endlessly defaming them with allegations that were not even raised in court and so forth. You can actually file a motion to stay and use that post-judgment conduct against the said person. While I cannot specifically address it out here openly, what I can do is exercise my right and file court paperwork pertaining to those allegations and then deal with the court paperwork. As many people have seen these court documents, have had interest in covering this case, and I have no court order telling me that I cannot cover my own case. And I went on and said the January 29, 2026 minute order reflects that petitioner's licensed attorney instructed the trial court to ignore appellate's anti-SLAPP motion. The trial court denied it without proper analysis. Courts are required to perform the two-step anti-SLAPP analysis. They cannot ignore it, bypass it, or collapse it. Okay, these public officials sometimes turns out just to be bitches in robes and feel like just because they are a bitch in a robe, they can say and do whatever they want to do when you have a sworn oath of office. See, the difference between me and a public official is that not only do I know the law, but I know the law so much to the point to where, bitch, I'm not going to be nice to nobody if I don't have to be and when I don't want to be. At the end of the day, so as long as I'm not violating somebody else's rights or unaliving somebody or doing something that's just morally wrong, I'm cool. I go about living my life the way that I want to go about living my life. If the court system, if a judge, if somebody don't like me, then don't get in my motherfucking way. And I'm just going to say this to make it very clear. I am a trained fighter. Okay. I'm a trained fighter. I like to box. A boxing match is a professional setting to where you can handle your differences and nobody is going to go to jail. And then it's gloves, not bare knuckles. And then on top of that, I know that I know how to fight really, really well. I'm not a bully. If nobody don't want to fight me or anything, then just stay the fuck out of my way. Me having a bad attitude or you feeling like I'm a dangerous person without me actually saying anything to you, looking at you, that's basically my energy telling you to back the fuck up and leave me the hell alone. And that is a part of my defense mechanism so that it does not result in violence or so forth. So leave me alone. That's all I tell people who I don't like. Okay. If you think I'm crazy, so be it. It's a whole bunch of other people that knows me for who I am and love me for who I am. And unfortunately, you're not one of those people, nor do I care for you to be one of those people. And that is to everybody in general. And this document goes on to say, I'm just going to cover the first few pages so you guys can understand it. I know you don't understand what an anti-SLAPP lawsuit is. Anti-SLAPP lawsuit is basically saying this person has a vendetta against me because I'm doing something, protecting my rights and being myself, and they just don't like it. And so that's what an anti-SLAPP motion says. So if somebody does not like your opinion of what you say about them online, you just can't go and file a civil restraining order against them. You have to be very specific about what they're saying and what they're doing, especially if you're a public figure and thousands and hundreds of other people also talk about you. But to look at me and act like I'm a problem, honestly, that shows how insecure you are with yourself, how you don't like competition. At the end of the day, you're stepping into my arena when it comes to this law stuff. And when it comes to this law stuff, the only people that I give a fuck about is the jury. And unfortunately, in civil cases, specifically civil restraining order cases, there's no jury. It's just a bitch in a robe. You understand what I'm saying? So as far as the law, the paper, California's anti-SLAPP statute requires a threshold two-step analysis, protected activity, and probability of success before a case may proceed. This requirement is mandatory and functions as a gatekeeping mechanism to shield First Amendment activity from the burdens of litigation. The record confirms that the court failed to apply this framework. Respondent invoked anti-SLAPP protections and objected to proceeding without a ruling. I'm going to object to any hearing prior to a ruling. It's in the declaration. It's also in the court transcripts. Yet the court proceeded to hear the merits without conducting the required analysis, reversing the statutory order and nullifying Section 425.16's protections. This procedural breakdown is further reflected in the court's own orders. December 18, 2025 minute order acknowledges the anti-SLAPP filing while disregarding petitioner's First Amendment complaint. And the January 29, 2026 minute order reflects both the denial of the motion and respondent's objection to proceed with the bench trial. See, so while I was objecting and interrupting y'all lies and stuff and objection, and I'm padding my record because I know that I'm going to have to use this and teach y'all bitches not to play with me in the higher courts. Respondent's vexatious litigant status does not and cannot bar him from commencing an immediate appeal from the denial of an anti-SLAPP motion, regardless of what they say. So basically, this document, do I expect the trial court to grant it? Do I even expect the trial court to entertain it? No, because I already see what I'm dealing with. But what I am doing is I am quoting a whole bunch of California Supreme Court law. I'm also quoting a whole bunch of federal law, the United States Constitution, the California Constitution, and strategically so. So you guys know I write my own documents. Everything is very strategic on how I do it. Right before I got to the conclusion, I quoted the United States Supreme Court where it reversed the Illinois course, emphasizing that an injunction is unconstitutional prior restraint on speech. Okay, this is a case the Supreme Court decided where somebody just didn't like the opinion of somebody. And Justice Brennan back in the day stated that peaceful expression, even if coercive or unpopular, cannot be suppressed simply because it pressures a private citizen to alter behavior. The court underscored that prior restraint is presumptively invalid except in extraordinary situations. In this case, the respondent is a public figure who simply doesn't like the opinion of a righteous competitor. And then I even pointed out how the petitioner's attorney lied on the oath, saying that I made public statements that the petitioner had HIV/AIDS without those statements being put before the record, that I was making video statements, just general. You have to be very specific because you cannot stop nobody from talking. And then also said and lied, talking about I called her office and cursed at her assistant when I showed evidence in court that that was a lie. So even the attorney was committing perjury before the anti-SLAPP motion even started. Like literally, we sat down, the hearing commenced, and then it's 15 minutes before lunch, and now the attorney is lying, saying that I said something that I know I didn't say, and then the attorney is lying, saying that I called the office, and is gaslighting me. So even before, like, that really gaslight me and ticked me off, because I have a righteous anger. I really have a righteous anger. And it can be misconstrued, especially if you don't know me. I'm really righteous. If I said it, I said it. If I did it, I did it. I'm gonna stand on it. But don't be lying on me. And so that was pointed out. My inability to cross-examine a petitioner, to question specifically the interpretation of a retraction letter. Also to ask questions around the timing in which, you know, I think the retraction letter was given, and it was also referenced in the retraction letter about an incident in Las Vegas where two content creators got unalive due to online games and stuff like that. So I didn't even get to ask him about any of that to kind of pinpoint it, to be like, well, maybe, you know, I wrote this sentence first, but read the rest of the letter instead of just reading this and trying to emphasize all of this other stuff. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it was a lot of constitutional violations that went on in the case against me. And then the same petitioners out here bragging and boasting about endlessly filing police reports, trying to get me arrested and so forth. So with that said, especially with the constitutional errors, I expect the trial court to not even approve my request to file it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and appeal that. And I'm going to attack the vexatious litigant status to make it unconstitutional as it applies across the board to a defendant who is defending themselves. And I'm also going to point out the constitutional errors and defects. I also am drafting up a letter against Jasmine Mine to the American Bar Association. Got screenshots of her going around YouTube and videos trying to taunt and say that even though they're no longer the counsel, they're working behind the scenes because they got connections to prosecutors and public defender's office and the LA District Attorney's office, as well as a longevity and a history of, you know, working with defending the people. And this is exactly the background that the judge came from. She was working in the district, in the public defender's office. And this is the attorney that the petitioner had that works there, campaign contributions, donations, and everything. I'm not going to speak too much on that because I actually found a third-degree relationship between petitioner's attorney and the judge, Holly Hancock. So in those moving papers that I filed, what I went ahead and did, and I know they're listening, which is exactly why I'm saying this. And I'm talking about the attorneys and the judges. I don't know about the other person because we can't name them. Okay, we can't. And nobody is going to fucking buck break me. Okay. I've been calling niggas horses ever since I challenged Dr. Umar Johnson on Clubhouse in 2021. Okay. And that goes back to the Wiley Lynch letter and how black people and the slaves were butt broke like horses. And so when I say I don't fuck with horses since Christopher Reeves, actually I don't fuck with horses since the Wiley Lynch letter. So, you know, there's a lot of constitutional errors, and I actually look forward to having my paperwork party because that's what happens. Like, you know, when you find out you're dealing with something, judge refused to disclose what they got going on with the said person, you got to take it up with the higher courts. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So if they don't like that, I'm smart enough to do that, then, oh, well, okay. The trial court denied, I'm going to the appeals court. The appeals court denied, I'm going to the California Supreme Court. California Supreme Court denied, I'm going to the United States Supreme Court, where Donald Trump already don't like California and liberalism and all of this other shit, bitch. I will take you through there, to the highest court in the land. And then on top of that, that's just the motion to stay while the appeal is pending, because I would do the same tactic and employ the same litigation tactic in the appeals court if the California appeal does not go my way. And that's just litigation, baby. Okay, so there's that to the people who's lying and tweeting and don't understand court procedures. I seen somebody tweet out, oh, did not try to file this and the court rejected it and all. Okay, well, like if I misspell my name on a paper, they're going to reject it. I can literally file the perfect document if it's on the wrong paper. Like yesterday, they rejected this particular filing because, not because of the filing, but because of the proposed order. I did it on the wrong form. So now I have to refile all of this stuff. So that's just the way litigation goes. And they're treating me to the utmost regard and standards just like an attorney. Like literally, if I don't bookmark my shit, oh, they're going to reject it. Like they are not playing with me, but they know I know the law. And so the only thing that they can do is use these microscopic things to kind of like get me in order and bully me. It's very different if I was just doing it a different type of way. And I'm not going to say too much about that because I don't want to give people a litigation strategy. Also, somebody petitioner that had a court date on the 19th. And I'm like, child, you had court with me on the 19th. For what? With everything and all the information that we got, it took you 3 days to get packed out from the black tea sector. What's up, Big Mama? What's up, everybody? Shout out to Aunt Dale, Big Mama, Today's News. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Taylor, Indra, Brian, Jules. Shout out to y'all. Okay. Somebody said, yeah, that looks like somebody's burner account. So greatly appreciate you, whatever you got going on, but we're going to get you up out of here, okay? Because I know exactly who you are. Matter of fact, let me screenshot this, the show, the history of what you're doing, okay? So good luck with all of that. And again, I'm not the DL Whisperer. People looking for storylines and looking for things to do. Okay, and now you're removed. Screenshot, and I know exactly who you are. It's crazy how people want to claim that they are the victims of things and come over on burners just to stalk and harass you. But good luck with all of that. Okay, good luck with all that. Shut up, Big Mama. Yes, indeed. What'd somebody say? All right, cool. All right, let's just move on to the next thing that we have to talk about. You guys know that I did, in fact, break the story about Mahogany Jackson on YouTube, okay? I broke the story about Mahogany Jackson on YouTube because I was on Clubhouse in Two Guns Vito's Clubhouse room, which is a big Birmingham side of Clubhouse, and they actually broke the news about Mahogany Jackson and the 8 friends and so forth. And I decided to come back to YouTube and make a video about it, and the news clips and stuff. They didn't have many views on it or anything. I just grew a passion for covering the story about Mahogany Jackson, and it just took off, and I led it. And just a quick reminder, Mahogany Jackson, she was unalived by 8 or 9 or maybe even more, but just 8 people got caught for pretty much running a gang play on her and ultimately unaliving her. She was out there on her own because she had issues between her and her mother. And, you know, she was homeless and had to go back to a place that was not good for her. And a lot of jealousy actually, in fact, occurred. And they unalived her, they robbed her, they beat her. And now, in the state of Alabama, these suspects are now eligible to face the death penalty. And based on everything I know, they should, in fact, get the death penalty. But here's an update report breaking everything down. Just a quick reminder.
Right now, a major update in a shocking and difficult murder case. All 8 suspects in the Mahogany Jackson killing will now face the death penalty.
If there's an aggravating factor that's involved, then those cases are eligible for the death penalty. We typically don't do what they call seek the death penalty. If a case is eligible based on the facts in the law, then we charge them as such, as we did in this case. A long stint in jail, being in prison the rest of your life, and or ultimately the death penalty.
24th.
That wasn't her. I don't know.
It took less than 60 seconds. That's how long Mahogany Jackson stood in Brandon Pope's apartment on February 24th, 2024, with a gun in her hand, demanding he return what he stole from her. And when he couldn't produce it, she did something that would cost her everything.
And I totally believe this.
She made him
Right now, a major...
I'm sorry. This whole narrative about Mahogany Jackson going into Brandon Pope's apartment and making him script, I definitely think that that is a false narrative. And there's nothing that can actually prove that to be true beyond the scope of his words or whatever words of the other suspects that decided to demonize Mahogany Jackson. From the video we seen, it looked like Mahogany wouldn't even be the type of person to carry a pow-pow or to be in possession of it, let alone having the courage to tell a big stinking ass nigga like Brandon Pope to strip. So I don't believe that. This is speculation without any allegations, and it's a part of their defense, I guess, so that they don't have to die, because if they litigate that and say that they did it in retaliation and she was just as bad, I guess they're trying to escape the death penalty. But again, I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to believe that this little girl went and told his big stinking ass the script.
Right now, a major update in a shocking...
underwear right there in front of his friends. Now, for a man trying to maintain any kind of respect on Birmingham streets, you can imagine what that felt like. The humiliation, the anger building up inside him while he's standing there nearly naked, watching this 20-year-old woman walk out his door with what she came for. And that's when Brandon Pope turned to his crew and said 4 words that sealed Mahogany's fate. Do something to her. What happened after that? 30 hours of torture, 8 people involved, multiple locations across Birmingham. And here's the part that's going to stay with you. They filmed it. Every bit of it. These weren't strangers who snatched her off the street. Every single person who hurt Mahogany Jackson, she knew them. This is deadly affairs. And today we need to talk about what happened to Mahogany Jackson, because this case right here, it's going to show you just how dangerous the people closest to you can become. Let me tell you who Mahogany was, because she deserves that much. Mahogany Jackson was born April 29th, 2003, 20 years old when she died. She had a 3-year-old daughter named Nydia, and if you ask anybody who really knew her, they'll tell you that little girl was Mahogany's whole world. Her mother, Gail Maddox, said Mahogany loved the color pink. She had dreams of going to cosmetology school.
And I just want to say that with Gail Maddox, her mother, I definitely know she's feeling it, but from my recollection, her mother did not have a great relationship at all. Her mother actually caused drama, chaos, and confusion behind the custody of her daughter, and the, received food stamps and government benefits for her daughter, and kind of like held her daughter over her head. And Mahogany was very, very afraid of her daughter being touched by someone. It's alleged, and I pulled up information, the streets say that Mahogany Jackson's daughter does not belong to the gentleman that they have claimed is the father, but the daughter actually belonged to one of Gail Maddox's ex-boyfriends. And this is over in Birmingham, Alabama, which, and according to the people from Alabama on Clubhouse, these women teach their daughter to eat on them. That's what they do. Literally, it's disgusting. I've heard it so many times on Clubhouse, and people on YouTube can say I'm gaslighting the line, but it's a big topic of discussion. If I go to Clubhouse right now, they would tell you. Matter of fact, I probably just do that. But my whole thing is, Gail Maddox is not all the way innocent, and this whole, notion that she care about Mahogany and advocating for her is just a form of narcissism to hide your bad behavior and to make up for the bad things that you did as a mother, such as causing your daughter to become homeless because you pressed charges on her when she was living in government Section 8 apartments. It was Mahogany's former neighbor, Jessica, a white woman, came onto my platform first and gave me the exclusive story. And then she was, pimped all across the YouTube streets, telling the same story, in the same tears, and it just gave inauthentic. But we got the story anyways. So Gail Maddox is the reason she was homeless and had to move from Jasper back to Birmingham, back in the hood. Like moving from Birmingham hood to Jasper, Alabama is like changing your life. I ain't talking about like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type of change, but obviously you move yourself away from those people that have bad influences. And she moved away for some years. And this is at a time post high school, because once high school is over and you fall out of that routine of having to go to school, you're either gonna have to work, find something productive to do. And a lot of black kids, they drop on the deep end in the summertime or when school is out and they no longer have that to look forward to in the glory days of high school. So Mahogany moved away, and when she came back, I guess she expected her old high school pals to be the same way, but they was all trash, full of shit, and very much jealous of Mahogany. And I recall her calling her mother and texting her mother, telling her she was in dangerous and needed help, and her mother ignored her, you know, because, oh, she's a problem child, kicked her out, took her daughter, did not let her move back in the house. You know, I'm pretty sure Mahogany had her issues where she was, you know, mannish and disobedient and so forth. But again, the mother caused her to permanently lose her Section 8 voucher or ability to apply for government apartments because she called the police on her and had Mahogany put in jail and then evicted. And this girl was only like 18, 19 years old, and she would never be able to get another government housing, and her mother knew that, and that's how nasty she was. So I'm not trying to kick somebody when they're down, but we got to focus on the facts. And I had a big issue with the mother for the factual allegations and things that she did to Mahogany and how she could have actually saved her daughter. So
build something better for herself and her daughter. In December 2023, just 2 months before all this happened, Mahogany sent her mama a text message that said, "I'm 20 and I'm ready to get my life in order." She meant that. People close to her said she was actively trying to distance herself from certain friends, from a lifestyle that wasn't going anywhere good. She was getting closer to her cousins, looking for stable work, really trying to be the mother Nydia needed. But here's what you need to understand about changing your life when you're young and you've been running with the wrong crowd. Not everybody's happy to see you grow. Some people,
Right now, a major
they take it personal.
So this first guy right here, this is the 18-year-old boy who was with the guys that and he's claiming coercion. So if anybody like gets life in prison and not the death penalty, it will be him. Sanaya McCall is the first girl here next to him. She's the girl that made Mahogany eat her. With a big thank it ass. This guy right here, I forgot his name, but he's the trigger man. This one right here with the dreads in his head between the two women, he's the trigger man. He's the one who raped her, had a freak off, and then drove the car to and towards by the dumpster and told them that they was cleaning the car out, and then shot Mahogany Jackson in the back of the head and threw her body in between two mattresses over by the dumpster. This girl right here is Tanya or something like this light skimmer right here. She hated Mahogany the most simply because they had an issue of the same boy, the same baby daddy, or the same man that they was dealing with. Now, where a blicky come into play on the video, she was on top of Mahogany, beating her worse than Big Vex did Summer, and she was talking about the gun that she had or whatever. And Mahogany, I think, was just like a pretty girl. And a lot of times in the hood, these hood niggas that they deal with, they tell these girls to hold their blicky for them, right? They tell these girls to hold their blicky for them. And when they're holding the blicky for them, it's affiliating them with it. That does not mean that they carry them or that they're solely interested, invested in none of that, right? So she was beating Mahogany worse than Big Vex did Summer. And I stand corrected. The guy right here on the bottom left, I think that is the trigger man, not this other guy up here with the dreads. He's a trigger man. that dumped the body out by the dumpster. And the one up above him, the 18-year-old, was in the car with him. Brandon Pope, big smelly ass, is his house, and where he live at is where the whole incident actually went down. And he's claiming that Mahogany told him to script. And I don't believe that. He's way bigger than all of these. And then this other one, Giovanni Clapp, that's a woman, even though she looked like one of the dudes. She's a part of the gang raping and all of that other stuff as well. And then this ugly little skinny bird looking one, she's the one that dapped up Sanaya in the video and said, show them how we do it around here. You know, so all of these people are definitely guilty. And again, we continue to see situations where people think it's cool to jump people, fight. The other day it went viral that these two girls beat up one girl and they thought that they can get away with beating her up because they claimed mutual combat, but that girl went to the hospital and died, and now they're charged with unalivement. So who needs a friend when you got friends like this?
When you start doing better than them. But Mahogany was still connected to some folks from her past, people she thought she could trust, people she'd spent time with, laughed with, considered friends, 8 people specifically. Brandon Pope, 24. Francis Harris, they called him Ace, 25 years old. Jeremiah McDowell, only 18, went by Kodak. Blair Green, 26. Then you had 4 women, Tasia Lewis, 26. Sania McCall, 23. Giovanni Clapp, 24. And Ariana Robinson, 23. These were people in Mahogany's social circle. Not strangers, not random criminals. People she knew. Now let's talk about what led to February 24th, because understanding the trigger is important here. There was a gun. According to court testimony from Detective Mark Green, the lead investigator on this case, Mahogany had taken a gun from someone earlier. The exact timeline isn't clear, but what is clear is that someone then stole that same gun back from her, along with money from her purse. And Mahogany was not the type to let that slide. She tracked the gun to Brandon Pope, showed up at his apartment ready to get back what...
All of this is cap. All of this is cap. They was actually riding around, hanging out, went to see the juice lady, aka the lady that, you know, put the lean and alcohol and all that shit. They was actually having fun when all of this happened. They just got too high off of that lean and everything. And jealousy, tempers and shit flared up. And Mahogany was around them and they have nowhere to go. She was homeless because her mother got her evicted from her apartment. Her mother was not answering the phone. She couldn't go over there. She, you know, I don't know what's going on with her sister, why she couldn't call her sister and why the sister ain't been questioned. But, so once they realized that Mahogany was in a situation of destitute, they then felt like, well, if nobody else don't care about her, let us bring all of this shit up and take our frustrations out, and we can do whatever we want to do with her. We can treat her however we want to treat her. I do feel like it was like a gang initiation where they beat her bad, and they didn't really understand how far they had taken it with what they did to her. Because apparently she was, almost a vegetable even before they told her to go pick up trash by the dumpster and shot her.
What belonged to her. She came strapped because she wasn't playing games. When she confronted Brandon about her gun and her money, she wanted to make sure he understood she was serious. So she made him prove he didn't have it, made him strip down to his underwear right there while she held him at gunpoint.
Yeah, all of this is a lie.
His friends watching, his reputation on the line. He didn't have the gun, but the damage was done. Court testimony from Detective Mark Green laid out what happened next, and I need you to understand much of what I'm about to tell you was captured on video. The suspects filmed themselves, 8 videos total, handed over to police by a witness who came forward to clear his own name after people on Facebook started accusing him of being involved.
And that him is actually a girl named Blue with her big black ass. She had something to do with it. She was antagonizing it. Blue with her big black ass. That was the first bro-rilla around here. She even tried to speak and act like she was in a full-blown relationship with Mahogany, and Mahogany was her old lady and stuff. And it come to find out that all she do is go around the community antagonizing shit, starring shit, knowing everybody business and tea, throwing rocks and hiding her hands, Blue. And they was sending her them videos and stuff. And Blue went and turned over the evidence so that it could like not implicate her. Blue even went on live on FaceTime and act like she called the police on herself and said, oh, come and get me and everything. And here go the 2 phones. And when she pulled that stunt going live, showing the police coming to get her, and they took her into questioning and held her for about 3 hours. And within those 3 hours, that's when they got all the information that they need and all the videos and stuff. And that information will come out during the trial. So Blue is just, she's part of it. And she's going to keep on being part of shit. And as a matter of fact, Blue with her big black ass, she'd probably be locked up right now because at the time she was out on a charge, a serious charge, assault with a deadly weapon. They give bonds for charges like assault with a deadly weapon and unalivement cases. They let the niggas out on the streets and fight these capital crimes on the streets in Birmingham, Alabama, just so you know.
The attack started at Brandon Pope's apartment on McMillan Avenue.
But did you not stay on that phone though? Y'all got the fight. When I was like, damn shit, what you say I come out? Oh yeah, bitch, I'm on that till they fought. She supposed to jump. Did they come out your mouth? No, I said no. Well, please tell the truth.
They punched her, kicked her, spit on her, stomped on her while she was on the ground. Then they stripped her naked and dragged her outside into the street by her hair. Detective Green testified that in the videos, you can hear one of them yelling, "Pop the trunk." They put Mahogany in the trunk of a car and drove her to a second location, the Serenity Apartments, where Tassia Lewis and Sania McCall were roommates. Now let me be clear about what happened at that apartment, because the court record is explicit about this. What I'm about to say is based on Detective Green's testimony under oath, describing what he saw in those videos. At Serenity Apartments, Mahogany was sexually assaulted at gunpoint. She was forced to perform oral sex on Blair Green while other suspects held guns to her head, telling her she better do it right or she'd be shot. While that was happening, another suspect penetrated her from behind. She was handcuffed, she was beaten with fists and with a baseball bat they found nearby. She was pistol whipped, she was spit on repeatedly. And during all of this, some of the suspects were on FaceTime, calling other people asking if they wanted to come over and get theirs. Detective Green testified to something else that tells you just how terrified Mahogany was. At some point during the assault, she had a bowel movement on the floor, her body's involuntary response to the level of fear she was experiencing. And according to testimony, when they ordered her to take a shower, the state's attorney said in court, the fact that the victim defecated on herself around the time she was being ordered to shower speaks to her level of knowledge of what is about to happen to her, which was she was not going to leave ever and she was going to die. Mahogany knew. In those moments, she understood what was coming, but she wasn't ready to give up. February 25th, 2024, 7:46 in the morning. After more than 24 hours of being held captive, beaten, violated.
And the reason she died is I think she asked to go to the restroom and she defecated on the floor. At some point in the middle of this, she had her phone and was able to text her mother and ask for help. And I believe she was making calls to other people as well. It hasn't been disclosed, but I can only imagine. And so when they realized that she was calling people for help, that triggered them and that made them probably beat her even more in everything that they had done. I mean, these people that robbing, stripping, doing all of this stuff, you would think that she was just a complete outsider. Again, she left and came back. You don't never leave your hood and go back. You don't. Like literally, I cannot go back to my hood. Oh, you on TV and everybody know that and that's the perception about you and you got some clout off of that and people are we got it. I feel threatened and intimidated. Oh, you had your own apartment in Jasper and you was doing your thing and you clean and you ain't going through this struggle and you ain't go through half of what I've been through. And you ain't been through this? Okay, cool. Well, guess what? Yeah, we on demon time. We all high. Come on over here. We finna try this out with you just to say that we down with the cause and we really about the street life because, yeah, we can sacrifice her. It be the people closest to you. And these are the people she had no choice but to go to after her mama left her homeless and took her daughter.
Moved from location to location, Mahogany saw one chance. Her captors had let their guard down for just a moment. She grabbed her phone and typed out a message to her mother. I'm being held hostage in apartment 3. Don't call, send the police. Hurry. She hit send and included her location, Serenity Apartments. Back home, Gail Maddox was out of town, on her way to pick up her son from the airport. When that text came through and she read those words, her entire world stopped. Because if you knew Mahogany...
That's not true. That is not true. She read that message hours and didn't pay attention to it, didn't respond to it. So not only did she leave her daughter homeless, but she didn't even reassure that her daughter had an emergency contact because she wasn't it. And these are the reasons why I was mad at the mother and dragging her ass, because she unfit and she's no good. She's a scam artist, allegedly, with a tax firm, went into real estate, a lot. So, yeah, I drugged the mama.
You knew she was not the type to ask for help. She was strong, independent, the kind of young woman who handled her own problems. But for her to send a message like that, her mama knew something was terribly wrong. Gail immediately called 911 and sent family members to that location. Birmingham police rushed to Serenity Apartments. They ran up to apartment 3, ready to rescue a young mother fighting for her life. When they finally broke down the door, it was empty. There was nobody there. The suspects had already moved her, stayed one step ahead. But here's where it gets even worse. The suspects found out what Mahogany had done. They discovered she'd sent that text.
Yep.
According to Detective Green's testimony, one of them checked her phone and saw the message to her family, saw that she'd shared her location and called for help. They forced Mahogany to give them her phone password. Probably told her the same lie they'd been telling her all along: cooperate and we'll let you go. Give us what we want and this will be over. And Mahogany, desperate to survive, desperate to get back to her 3-year-old daughter, gave them the password.
Damn, she should have. Because see, when you send a message, you can delete that bitch for yourself, though. Because once it's sent, it's sent. You know, and like we all know the angry text and be like, damn, rewrite that shit, don't send it. You know, so yeah, her biggest mistake was not deleting the text message. Well, her biggest mistake was going to these people. She had nowhere else to go, though. That's the problem, and that's the point. Somebody in that church system or whatever, Gail Maddox, then let reach at her daughter. She's so traumatized, she was telling her white neighbor Jessica to check on her daughter because she don't feel safe and she feel like something is going on. Gail moved into her apartment and kicked her out, controlling her apartment that's in her name. So she can always be the person that Mahogany be codependent upon. That's why she snatched up her daughter too. So she really left this girl out there in the streets for dead.
That's when Frances Harris, according to testimony, looked at the others and said she ain't going nowhere. The text that was supposed to save her life had just guaranteed her death. Now, after they found that text message, everything changed. These weren't just people trying to teach Mahogany a lesson anymore. Now they had a problem. She'd called the police. She'd sent her location. They knew her family for her, and law enforcement was probably around the area.
Right now,
So yeah, much of what was in that video was definitely a clear summary. They just don't have the nitty gritty facts and shit like what I got, you know, which is, you know, we went deep diving in that case. Yes, indeed. And right now, Mahogany Jackson's brother has her daughter. Yes, but Gail is the one over the foundation and collecting all the money and stuff. And her son is in the military. He has his own life, his own child. and he has his own wife too. So, I just always feel weary. Like, and this is no shade to the brother because first of all, that's not his child. Like, even though more morality speaking, of course, he's gonna take care of his sister child, but that's not his child. And he's with this woman, and hopefully she does right by Mahogany's daughter. Hopefully she does right. I think her brother has a son, and then there's a girl. So I feel like as long as his wife doesn't have another girl, maybe she will be treated solely fair and like the princess. But y'all know, ladies, you can have a favorite niece, favorite whatever, or shit. You can have a child and have another child, and just quite naturally, the energy and the attention and favoritism and more empathy and compassion is gonna go towards somebody. That's just natural. So it's honestly natural. It's fucked up sometimes, especially if it's obvious, but it's natural. And so hopefully she's being taken care of. I do believe that. But Gail is she's we're gonna focus on the situation at hand, but Gail still has not taken accountability. And I just hate situations to where the source of the problem don't find and don't take accountability. But who am I? Time ain't real, money ain't real. And I guess this is why when people get on their deathbed, they start finally wanting to take accountability so that they leave behind the perception that they gave their life to God and went on. Who knows? But anyways, what's up? Shout out to y'all for being here. Are y'all on Twitch? Come on over to Twitch. Absolutely. Let's come on over to Twitch. I got some other stuff to get into before we get into the mess towards the end. Listen, I said that I was going to drop the link, but I really don't have time because I actually got to go to this event. Let's, fuck. And then obviously it's probably like even better if I don't drop the link. But let's recap the situation where Charleston White was trolling Young Thug and his homies at Drewski's. Could have been love.
For that mate, that nigga told gun. Bitch ass nigga. Man, them hoe ass nigga approach me. Now, catch the foot.
Jeffrey Williams. Let me explain something to you, motherfucker. You on probation, right? You just approached me, threatening me. Your words was, we step on shit, okay? You didn't say I, you made it plural. You said we, so that's in cohorts. I mean a gang. You on probation. Then you had a fella with you that was possessing a gun. You are not supposed to be around with people that had guns. Eyewitness, along with other witnesses, saw your friend with the short body, with the fat, pudgy stomach that hangs above or over his waistline like a kangaroo pouch. The fat motherfucker was clutching the gun. His exact words as he was clutching the gun or appearing to be clutching the gun. I assumed it was a gun. I think it was a gun. I believe it was a gun. Right? That makes it aggravated assault. His words was, don't lose your life in her. My words was, do it. Then other people came out and interfered. I proceeded to brandish the mace and pull out the mace and say, you niggas are getting maced. So I understand we was on a private airport's property, which is under the Federal Aviation Administration. So first thing Monday morning, because you said Jeffrey Williams on probation, aka King Slime, aka Young Thug, you said we step on shit. Your other brother, your goon with the gang chain, the YSL spider chain, pretending to clutch a gun as he was assuming to be brandishing and holding the gun, said don't lose your life. I am now in fear of my life. Swear to God I am. I'm going to contact my attorney. First thing Monday morning, we'll be going to the courts to file a restraining order against you for my protection. Not only that, I will be contacting the federal authorities because you made a threat while possessing a gun on federal property, a private airport. I'm pressing charges on you, Jeffrey. I know you're on probation. You fit go to jail. I swear to God, you will. I'm doing everything because you got me afraid for my life. You are a gang leader. You have, I don't even know why you was at the Drewski Could Have Been Love reunion. You wasn't on one episode, ugly motherfucker. I don't even know what you were there for, nigga. Bother me. And you waited till I was by myself. You waited till I was by myself and approached me with a gang of guys, thinking that you was gonna intimidate me and cause me to be in fear. And guess what? You did. Sure did. And I am in fear. God said I would lose my life clutching the gun. I seen it and I saw it. And I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. You going to jail, bitch ass nigga, and I'm contacting your probation officer. I'm sending her the video to show that you was there and you was with gang members. I got the pictures and the photos of every guy you was with. Swear to God I do. Yeah, no business bother me, nigga. But you got the right one, Jeffrey. Yeah. Jeffrey King Slime. Finna slime your ass right into Fannie Willie's hands, bitch ass nigga. She already done tried to get you revoke. Guess what I'm finna do? Get you a revocation hearing. I swear to God, I'm finna get you a revocation hearing. And I listen, I'm gonna tell exactly what happened. Detailed description. And you waited. You niggas thought y'all gonna catch me by myself and I was gonna cowboy. Nigga, I grabbed my nuts on you niggas and told you niggas do it, nigga. And I was by myself. Bitch ass nigga, you with a group of niggas, hoe. And you niggas had every opportunity to upside my motherfucking head. Get what you didn't do? Nothing but make threats. And guess what it is? Against the...
They ain't ready for that, mate. That nigga told gone.
Let me see some of these comments before. Somebody said, y'all think he playing? I bet he can't wait for Monday morning to get here. I proceeded to brandish the mace and pulled out the mace, and he said, you niggas getting mace. Why only have his head wrinkled? Why he dressed like Denzel from Training Day? Bet Thug ain't saying whoop de doo on this one. So it seems to me that people are egging Charleston White on. See, me, I don't have time for that, okay? I don't. I've been, you know, I don't have time for that. But if somebody want to take me through there, we gonna go through there, like dead ass, bitch. Fuck the DA, fuck the judge, fuck. Let's talk about this law, this black and white in this jury. What they the fuck got to say, bitch? Them the type of courts that I respect. Them the kind of courts and the type of courts that I respect to the point to where I know how to behave. Fuck a goddamn bench trial. Let's pick a jury. You understand what I'm saying? But my thing with Charleston White and why, like, I'm like, well, that's just what it is. Because the only thing he's doing is talking and giving commentary and saying fuck them and speaking his mind, First Amendment right. That's just what it is. You got a First Amendment right to say whatever you want to fucking say. Nobody should be threatening you, or nobody should actually try to silence you either. Rather it's a physical threat, a fight, pow pow, a fake ass restraining, or like Charleston White has the right to say and do that. If you popping your shit online and people don't like it, just don't fucking like it. And at this point, my whole thing about it is, why would anybody in their right mind that got the shit that Young Thug got going on deal with Charleston White, get into a situation with Charleston White when you know the consequences? And because you know the consequences, why not take heed and get that shit over with since you come around with, and I'm not abating violence. I'm just saying to stay out of the situation. Because if you get into a situation with somebody like Charleston White, you're going to have a bunch of legality and bullshit over your fucking head. And sometimes niggas be contemplating, man, maybe I should have did it. Or maybe you should have just not put yourself in that situation. Charleston White is an antagonist. People have given him space and platforms to speak his predictions. He continued to grift off the back of people like Jeffrey Williams, so that he can have a lifeline and name tag to him and do these interviews with monster numbers, and people pull up to listen to it. But it's a part of his tactic of trolling people like this. And unfortunately, it's his First Amendment to troll them. Like, you know, it's bad enough for Cardi B to throw a fucking pen at me, but you don't see me riding her, talking about her every day, riding that shit to the... I'm not fixated. Charleston White has a fixation and spewing a specific rhetoric that is Uncle Thomas and very anti-black, if you ask me. But on the flip side, he ties himself to public situations like Tuka to justify why he feel like it's okay to just say all of this stuff about Young Thug and people will buy into it. neither here nor there. What he said is factual. However, Charleston White is not a credible witness. One minute you say you seen the blicky, and then the next minute you say he was tugging as if, you know, he was going to pull it up, but you never seen it. One minute you say that they could have hit you in the head, but they didn't do nothing but just issue threat. These are things that attack your credibility. And then you got so many other videos out here trolling and saying some of the most extravagated fucking shit. Like, in order to discount you as a witness, I would show the judges of what you said about them. I would show the judges of what you said about white folks and everything. Since you are the star witness, you're not credible. I don't think anybody in that event would actually be and go and snitch on Young Thug and advocate for Charleston White, because his credibility is shocked. He's already stood in court and testified against someone else. People have had an opportunity to study him. So are we going to make him more famous by him repeating what he's done before, testified against somebody live, and say, oh, praise Charleston White? You know, I don't fuck with Young Thug, especially that last album cover, that fucking white album giving white people the right to say the end. I don't fuck with none of that, but I'm not going to demonize him or wish bad upon him. And Charleston White is just, he go to hell with people, run his fucking mouth, go to hell with people and talk all kind of shit. I was going to cover Cash Patel going after the CEO of Empire Records, because for some reason they all of a sudden said that it was in correlation with, you know, it was in correlation with other shit. But anyways, it's not true. Cash Patel is not going out the Empire Records CEO, which is a Palestinian American. And even if that was true, there's other Palestinian Americans like DJ Khaled who also might be up for grabs. So if we see reports of people like DJ Khaled who are pro-Hamas and other people, and we know that from Jonathan Oddie, then we could say that they're trying to get rid of the Palestinian financial infrastructures that operate within America, corporations, because we are at a time in World War III, the revolution will not be televised. And also at the end of the day, it's going to lead back to corporate control. And what better way to exterminate or get rid of the competition of a Palestinian American from Epic Records that has a lot of money, network, and dealings with elite rappers like XS Tentacion, who's made a lot of money post-death, Mo 3, PNB Rock, so many other artists that we know and love and continue to get residual passive income from the bodies of work that Empire Records, eats off of. And if you collapse the financial infrastructure of a people and buck break the man and get them up out of there by unaliving them or bucking them like a horse or whatever, then your people are weak. So I do feel like with it being information released that Cash Patel is going out the Empire Records, is somebody tripling and dripping and wanting the public to pay attention to how the FBI, the United States government, would treat Palestinian American business owners. But again, if they go out the DJ Khaled, then there's some substance to it. Otherwise, Groke proved that was fake, false, not even true. And then on top of that, they just used the steal of Cash Patel giving a conference about something completely different than going out the Empire Records owners. So that was fake news for now. But oh my gosh, I hate my mouse. I need a mouse pad. Listen, y'all, I don't know if I could. Actually, you can't show stuff like this. Okay, so you guys know Kween of Kings, right? Kween of Kings, Rose Miller, she's with this big Viking dude named Brett. He's a destitute bomb man. He has a mono white daughter that he don't take care of, don't look at, don't listen. The white lady came out and said he's gay. He be in the back alleys and all this other stuff. And then he was roommating in Vegas with this man, saying that they was roommates, but it was his actual lover, a black man. And he met Rose when she was out in Vegas, and she was so desperate to, have a family, have something going on, and so desperate, she decided to divest. And listen, when I say divest, I mean people that get with the other race for something beneficial, like, money, wealth, or whatever. She got with a broke ass cracker, Brett, living with his gay boyfriend in a Vegas apartment to procreate with him, to have some biracial kids and now pride herself on having this blended family, and she promote herself as a blended family. But technically she don't have a blended family because Brett has no dealings, no correlation or relationship with his mono-white daughter and that particular parent at all. So you're in an interracial marriage is what you have. You have an interracial relationship. A blended family means that you're taking pictures with his mono-white daughter and that mother is somehow involved and so forth. And Rose Miller has and know that Brett is gay and walking around in Hawaii in some Daisy Dukes. It's been allegations that CPS has been called so many times in that, you know, Brett's relationship with Rose Miller's son has always been questionable. We thought it was abuse. He does this thing to where he grabs him by the throat and hold him and put him on the tree and all this other stuff. And I was like, what is going on here? And it looked very, the way he was looking at him was very like demonic or actual in a way. And now Rose is out here and took her blended family brand and turned it into a promotion for OnlyFans and is releasing, and mind you, this is just for context purposes only. Let me see. It's blurred out. So this is Rose and this is Brett. Okay, let me just do that. Okay, I hope y'all seen it or whatever, but I don't know if I can really show that. So now her whole account is adult related content. Everything that she does, even when they're exercising and everything, she's twisting and turning and twirling, and she's being extremely like provocative about everything she's done. It's really just actual. And she has her family involved in this type of content, twirling, twerking, and splitting it, and her sons and stuff are seeing this. And so now that her and Brett have taken her blended family and turned it into OF content, you know, first of all, I don't know where y'all, I don't know what's her audience. I think it's a whole bunch of destitute, desperate black women who really wants a white man themselves because she was desperate when she got him too. Because he is nothing to fucking look at or nothing to champ around. He looks like a big ass Viking. And so now she's doing family skits and stuff. In this particular skit, Brett is dressed up like a woman, like the woman that he want to be. Okay, in the back alleys of Hawaii, walking around with some Daisy Dukes, paying more attention to every black man he see when they're alive than her and her kids. Kids finna get ran over in the road because Brett is just talking to and winking and licking his lips at all these black men that he come across. So now he's dressing up as her. But my whole thing is, okay, you can be who you are, cross-dress or whatever relationship, but why get the kids involved? Now, Rose has one son that Brett handles in a very provocative way. And so now this same son is dressing up in heels, popping it. It looks just like Rose. And I feel like this is highly inappropriate and CPS probably need to be called.
Oh my goodness, I just started my period. That's why I've been acting so crazy. Can one of y'all bring me my diapers? Babe, can you bring me my diapers? I'm a woman! Why would you throw that at me?
That's not even funny. Disgusting.
Oh,
now look at the sun.
Babe, did you make my steak? You know I'm on my period. I need iron.
Okay, this was disturbing to me. Okay, this is her little son. This is the one that Brett pulls up and handles rough and like wrestle with him and all, like, and the boy legs be all kind of ways when Brett wrestling with him and pinning him down on the floor and stuff. And I was just like, this is just weird. This is fucking weird. Like I seen something last night. It went viral where this white guy was hugged up on and kissing up on his son. And the only reason I said that they're not lovers is because I was like the dynamic, but he was hugged up on him and kissing up on him like he was a grown man. And so that's weird to me. And the way that Brett wrestles this little boy and have him pinned on to the ground and pick him up in the air, and they be locking eyes and stuff. And now this little boy is twerking. I feel like Brett is messing with this woman's child.
Mom, bro, my friends think you're so weird when they see your videos.
I don't give a damn. They just mad because their big ass mom can't even get off the couch. Can they do this? Or this? I think the fuck not. I don't give a damn. Now where the fuck is my Prosecco? You've been pissing me the fuck off.
And this is the time when he feels like he gets the most attention and validation. And funny because outside of him dressing up like a girl and acting feminine, she's always telling her mono black kids like him that, oh, she just need to cut his hair because it's too rough and it's not nice. And this is where little black boys feel like, oh, damn, all I want is my mom's love and attention. He's mono black. She don't love him like how she loved the light-skinned children that she got. She don't never validate him. She don't never smile at anything he do or think he's funny unless it's acting like a girl. I ain't never seen this boy. He's beaming because in his young mind, that's if Brett ain't messing with him. In his young mind, he's thinking, oh, wow, mom, you actually like me. You actually paying attention to me while I do this. And this is how these flamboyant gay men just ruin it for every, like, I'm here to tell you, men are just as gay as women. It's just, at the end of the day, don't nobody want to be affiliated with a certain personality. What you do behind the closed doors is your goddamn business. You understand what I'm saying? So he's now finally feeling accepted, dressing up as a woman, looking just like her. And it's just not clicking for me. Somebody said, giving you deja vu. No, I'm sorry. I actually got to block you because it's not giving me deja vu. Okay, I grew up in a Southern household. Nigga, if you was gay, you had to wait till you were grown to do all that shit. Sneak, you want nobody no fucking heels and all this other shit. No shade to anybody who do that. But yeah, I had to get you up out of here. This is a dictation over here, okay? I don't even warn you. I don't want to pay attention to you. So now you're blocked. So if you was joking, come back on another burner. Or I don't know you like that. So and bye. So again, here's her other kids. The
Ace, come here now.
The biracials. Like these are the ones she loved the most, honey. Look at the skin. They mixed race. They belong to Brett. Their father's in the house, and you know their dad is not a black man who pretty much she claims traumatized her and went through drama and so forth. So these are the kids. Somebody said Rose does videos with period diapers. That is so fucking crazy and disgusting. And so now she just took her whole channel and turned it into an OnlyFans promotion. Rather it's yoga, rather it's whatever. It's all just too much. And my thing is she has her kids plastered around this channel as well. And with all these perverts and freaks out there, if somebody's meant to watch and consume your content and be involved in you, they're not going to differentiate between you and your kids. So do what you do, but keep it separate. Like you need to make a separate Instagram account with your OnlyFans and your provocative pictures with you and Brett over there, and make the skits over here. You got to separate it. That's just too much. It's not like you're doing one set of content, then another set of content. Your entire content involves your whole family. And so now that you're posting all of these actual pictures and what you and Brett is doing on OnlyFans, and your kids are in other rooms while y'all making this content, and at the very least, they see them posted, and now you got your son dressing up like you, popping, twerking. I feel like Brett is doing something with her child. I might be gassing it a little bit, but I'm going to put a pin in it. I don't have any proof other than the fact that she will allow her son. And again, I've covered Brett and Rose so many times before in the past. I have always questioned his correlation with that little boy. Go back and you'll see the videos of him with his hand around his neck, and it looked like it's like some type of game, and he's smiling and wiggling and laughing at Brett. And then, you know, so it's weird to me, honestly. Honestly, it's weird to me because now he's dressing up in high heels. Before I thought it was just like physical abuse. Now he's dressing up in high heels. All right, anyways. So yeah, I hope you guys understand me, but just full disclosure, outside of what I just said and what I'm thinking, there's no actual proof that that's happening, but I definitely will be keeping my eye on them. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys want me to run some content on Brett and Rose Miller to keep eyes on them. Jaguar can't get motherfucking right. See, they need to go ahead and burn the blue couch. I don't even think the blue couch exists anymore. They put her on a green screen in a picture with a dirty, dusty ass blue couch that looked like it's brand new, like it's photo goddamn shop. I guess this is a picture of the couch before Jaguar can get right. Terrence, not a gangster Williams in Tokyo, burnt Gap. Tony went over there and sat down and burnt the couch up, farted on it, doo-dooed on it, laid out. They say Orlando Brown had a freak off on that couch. And now she over here spewing a pack of lies, trying to crack back into the black tea sector. They use you and spit you out. Your lies is catching up to you because I got the receipts, girl.
And now, don't nobody want to produce the evidence.
Real life.
Thank you.
Real life street star. You know what time it is.
Things lie with Storm and Rowe at
Fuck
this
him.
moment. Well, goddamn.
6 years ago, he tried to label me a child predator with someone that Tasha K hired. And I'm not saying allegedly because the boy said so. He said so on Nosy Ho's platform. She offered him $3,000 to lie and say that I SA'd him. 2024, that awful AI.
I don't know that specific circumstance, but I do know how Jaguar Can't Get Right got both of her husbands and then got a bulldog with no teeth in her mouth and said, I will marry you here on YouTube. And we holler.
Oh, Lord.
First of all, she is a man eater, okay? Jaguar Wright has been getting pregnant for the majority of her life. She told me out of her own mouth on my platform. She got pregnant and had about 9 babies. I don't know what happened to all of them. We only know of 2. That is Javon and Sam Jr. Javon got smoked playing with them people over there in Texas, taking beans and stuff. Him and Jaguar Wright was always beefing because both her son, Javon, or whatever his name is, I'm sorry, the one that she threw the ash, she threw dead people ashes, her son ashes on them at the barbershop. So she done got rid of her son. He down there at the barbershop at Bobby and them at Legends. And so her and her first son was beefing about what was going to happen and who was going to spin up her mama check, Mama Francis check. Okay. And so they smoked him and they had a funeral and Jag did not get invited. She was just wanting to do whatever she wanted to do and stay in Texas. She didn't even go to the funeral because she had wished death upon him. She's always wishing death upon people. As a matter of fact, real life street stars stopped messing with Jaguar Wright for a very long time. I don't know when they filmed an interview with her, but the day that the interview aired, in that interview, she said that she wished her mama was dead. And that's the same day before that interview aired that everybody found out that her mother died. So I don't know at what point, but everybody found out her mama was dead the day that that interview released. And that's why I stopped covering her. Okay, it's hard to fuck with her, but just to cover her and cover somebody who will wish death or something and say that they wish death upon their mama when the internet just found out 2 hours prior to this premiere. So I stopped. I was done with her, dude. I think the whole sector just was like, we ain't even finna talk about her no more because she need people to talk about her. And so now she's spewing lies and shit like that. She got with her first husband, Sam, because she challenged him to a game of pool and told him at that game of pool that if I beat you, we're getting married. And this was before the first kiss. She was dead ass serious. They say she got a erotomania disorder, just like the lady with my name tattooed on her neck. And she beat him at a game of pool and turned out marry him. That man was so disgusted. It said that he was trying to treat her like a wife and do well, but she didn't want to do it. She wanted to be promiscuous. It was people that she was on tour with the Roots, out slanging and ucking, thinking that she Nina Simone or Lauryn Hill or Jill Scott, you know, all the people she jealous of, thinking that she can pull up to the Roots show when she get ready to be high and everything is cool. Them people have a business to go to tend to. Jay-Z didn't even want the son to cry no more. Bad Business even tried to give Jay-Z the snatch because she wanted to be Beyonce. That's why she over there talking about Jay-Z. Beyonce, Mama Tina. Uh-huh. Talking about she can cook gumbo better than Mama Tina.
Oh, Lord.
Jay-Z still don't want you. So, she do have a pattern of being very, very aggressive and masculine identified, especially when it comes to niggas. Sam Sr. is a puss-ass nigga, and he's a body boy. Went over in she would go in whatever state, whatever, and go to, what is it, Ralph Lauren's store and tear up the store and tell them to call the New York corporation because Sam owe her your money. And so anytime she want to harass him, she will go to his store. And I think that they got a permanent ban. She cannot go to any Ralph Lauren stores in America because she will go there to tear the people's store up just to harass her husband. They'll call him. And then she got another husband called Gerald Hoskin Johnson, who has a Goomba head, and he's slow. She said that Jag said he's a product of incest and all this other stuff. He's a cancer. He's a big old baby, and Jag just ran all over him, and both of them scammed her mom and stuff like that, and she's still married to him and won't give him no divorce because she's apparently wishing death upon him so that she could come out here and fake cry and act like she cared about him so that she can go and collect his VA check. So she ain't gonna let that go. And then now she got a wussy ass nigga, a dirty bum nigga that's cheating on his wife. They got a restraining order against him. Talking about he want to be a producer, but he can't because his wife is actually legit and she ain't never gonna let him in the network. Tried to use me to make up the Life of Jaguar Can't Get Right story. And when I met her, she was funky. She had on the same tights and she wear the same clothes 4, 5, 10 days in a row. And I bought her a hat for her birthday. And every single time she go out there to try to put a spell on somebody, she wear that same black hat that I got her for her birthday 2 years ago. So I think she's using that hat to cipher my spirit or some shit like that, bitch. Using it like it's the sorting hat off of Harry Potter to get back up on these platforms to tell a pack of lies to cast these spells. And now she's talking about Storm Monroe. First of all, I don't mess with the little dude, okay? I don't mess with the little front ass dude. But what you're not going to do is lie because I got all the fucking receipts. And I'm going to tell you, I got all the receipts. And I'm going to keep on showing you and keep on telling you how much of a liar you are because we got all the receipts. So certain things that you want people to believe is not real, it's niggas like me that really still got it, though.
I know what it feels like to be strapped to a bed with a man put a gun in your head and tell you sing, or he's gonna blow your brains out while he's raping you. That's what Sean Carter done to me.
Somebody gonna stop you at some point, though, Jay.
I'm gonna they can get it too. I don't think anybody would stop me after seeing that video, though. And I think I get up. I got the letters.
What letters?
PTSD, bipolar, those letters that get you off crimes.
Got you.
Your mental health.
Got you. Got you. There's something there with you and Jay-Z, but you don't want to open up.
You don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I do. That's what I'm asking. I want to hear it. Huh?
You looking for a beef? Because anything I got to tell you is only going to make you mad.
All right, let me hear it. Let's go.
I know exactly how Cassie feels. I know exactly how long it took her to recover. Is that kicked me the same way he kicked her? Choked me the same way he choked. Did he choked her? They the same person.
So, that's Jaguar Can't Get Right. She is really quick to be anti-black. Mind you, she went on the blue couch with that sword hat on, sitting there telling a pack of lies and saying Trump wants to take all the money from the black billionaires so that when World War III happens, they won't be able to help their people. See what happened to Tyler Perry trying to get them black TSA workers in Atlanta, Georgia some money. And then I tell you they was going to start highlighting shit. They said, I'm right in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, it was a plane. They said that somebody tampered with the engine. One of the people on the ground tampered with the engine, and that plane was going from Sao Paulo to Atlanta, Georgia. Because they don't want nobody to fly. They're putting fear out there. They want the TSA workers to quit so ICE can take over the airport. They finna shut all of that down. The whole country finna be shut down, okay? Yes, indeed. So, first, she definitely is crazy. That's what it is. And then she went to Mar-a-Lago trying to wish bad upon black folks and black people, black billionaires. And so this is her saying that what I just showed you guys, I guess, last time I heard her talk about it, she said it was AI. What's she saying now?
A video where they tried to rig it and then do a re-premiere to make it look like it was an actual current video, to take my words and twist them. AI altered them to make it sound like I said that Jay-Z me when I didn't say that. I was talking about that was sent after.
You said, okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let's go back real quick. All right.
AI altered them to make it sound like I said that Jay-Z me when I didn't say that. I was talking about.
Okay.
I know what it feels like to be strapped to a bed with a man put a gun in your head and tell you sing, or he's gonna blow your brains out while he's raping you. That's what Sean Carter done to me.
That is not AI. I remember specifically what was going on that day. Matter of fact, that's the same day that Tiffany Haddish was with you at a hotel in LA. And she dropped off some weed and promoted it and act like she ain't want nothing to do with what you had going on and act like she ain't watching the internet and what you ain't saying out here about people. Yeah, Tiffany Haddish just left 5-10 minutes before she said that. I put it on everything I love. I seen the live. I seen the live, and then I seen when they re-premiered. I seen all of that. Bam, ain't nobody made nothing up about you. You said all of that, bitch. My whole thing is everybody be like Jaguar Wright telling the truth. But hold on, okay, she telling the truth based on what? So did that bitch that came up here and heard everything everybody said and said she seen Shunya with rashes and all this other stuff, and now she a victim, right? My question is, what have Jag not lied about? Or what have she told the truth about? I don't, it's the hypocrisy. It's people like Jag why I can't get right. She had a clone, LaMisha Fuller. She had another clone, the lady that got my name tattooed. These crazy cuckoo birds is just coming out of the works.
That was sent after me. And then after they used it to try to destroy my name and destroy my credibility, now they won't even present the video. I got a bunch of people questioning me about it. Oh, well, you backtrack. Well, you know, after Pierce Morgan and the way you...
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, girl. We got it right here. But first, you know, this why ain't nobody sued her yet.
Somebody gonna stop you at some point, though, Jay.
I'm gonna they can get it too. I don't think anybody would stop me after seeing that video, though. And I think I get them. I got the letters.
What letters?
PTSD, bipolar, you know. Those letters that get you off crimes.
Got you.
Your mental health.
Got you.
That's so crazy.
Got you.
And you know, LaGina Gold, the one that said she was a Leah daughter, she went right over there with Sean David Way, and he acted like he didn't know that lady was crazy, like he acting like he don't know the lady over there lying about seeing Shunya is crazy. Okay, T Nasty, you keep on hollering about Sean David Way, go on over there. He got the Christian artists, you know they hate you. And then on top of that, how can you be over there with Treeses on the platform with Rich Lomax, who every time you talk about me don't say a motherfucking thing because he gonna end up packing you up soon. That's the original Sean David Way. Just listen to the personality and cadence. One of them copying each other. Who copying who? Sean, like he copied me during the Mahogany Jackson, doing the Naziah Harris. 4 months I talked about Miss Netta straight. When I got tired is when he picked up the leftovers and the crumbs. Same thing with the Chrisean Rock sector. That's the biggest copycat and clone on the internet. So go on over there. And Terrence Gangster Williams told me out of his own mouth that he wanted his stick back from Jag. I was like, what you mean? Like, you know how like women, y'all got bodies and niggas that y'all with, but then once y'all like ill, you just don't want to do it. You be on some big legs, ate some out type of shit, you know? Niggas do that too, okay? Niggas get sick to their stomach with some of these bitches that ain't hit. And one of the biggest gags that niggas do to each other in the straight community, and I say it all the time, even though I'm bi, nigga, you fucked it though. You fucked it though. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. I ain't even gonna lie. I be trying to do surgery on that bitch. I'm like, huh? I ain't catching nothing. I don't give a fuck. I feel like disease can eat through rubbers. That's what I believe, okay? Crazy bitches united. Crazy bitches united. Terrence Gangster Williams said he wanted his peen back. And I was like, I like to fail the fuck out.
It's something there with you and Jay-Z, but you don't want to open up.
You don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I do. That's what I'm asking. I want to hear it. Huh?
You looking for a beef? Because anything I got to tell you is only going to make you mad.
All right, let me hear it. Let's go.
I know exactly how Cassie feels. I know exactly how long it took her to recover. Is that kicked me the same way he kicked her? Choked me the same way he choked. Diddy choked her. They the same person.
So if she told Terrence Gangster Williams that, is that AI? Or does that sound strikingly similar to this?
I know what it feels like to be strapped to a bed with a man put a gun in your head and tell you sing, or he's gonna blow your brains out while he's raping you. That's what Sean Carter done to me.
So, did I doctor those clips? Terrence Gangster Williams said that that's the truth. You know, about what you said, and he didn't doctor that. Storm Monroe, Essie Berry, and thousands of people continue to say that no, we seen that live. I seen it live. It live. I seen it from the moment Tiffany Haddish was in there and promoted her weed, and Storm thought he made a friend with Tiffany Haddish. And then you started sounding like you were finna get crazy, and Tiffany said, oh no, I gotta go. And she hauled the fuck ass. You left out of that hotel room and you went up to the roof. You left out of the hotel room because you didn't want us to know that you had Johnny Popcorn in there waiting for you. Johnny Popcorn was in there. And I'm not just talking about the dust ass gay nigga who be obsessed with Mr. 82. I'm not talking about set in the East or not set at all. Ain't shit set. The dude that can't even hold his bowels, suffering from Crohn's disease. And that's how y'all trauma bonded, because y'all Jag used to just ride around the United States in a car, sitting with a diaper, suffering from Crohn's disease. Y'all remember the video? Anybody want to buy somebody? Oh, yeah. Rode the car till the fucking wheels fell off. And then when them bitches fell off, she told her husband, Goomba, to light the car on fire to do some insurance fraud. Thinking that it was going to collect a quick check. And at least they could have used that motherfucker to sleep in it. Homeless bastards. Say Jag wild and wooed a white girl that she was finna get down with, and the white girl didn't want nothing to do with Goomba. Say Goomba cry anytime he get in there. Say Goomba just fall head over heels for anything that he get. And I'm like, God damn, he got the worst end of the cancer stick. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Jag can't get right going on so well. Okay. The only reason, and that's the thing. Sean David Wade was the one that was exploiting her and made her talk. He really know how to pick and find the liars and keep them about their head cut off like a chicken. So go on over there, T Nasty, lady with a name tattooed on my neck. It be so bad when your mama got to come out and tell all about who you are, child. Jezebel. Yeah, you guys know that lady that got my name tattooed on her. Let me go ahead and pull the picture up real quick. Yeah, we gonna give you the special rollout, cause see, you fell for the okie doke, and other people can tell you in real time. I said this is finna happen, and this is what was going to ultimately happen, and you did it. Okay, this lady right here, they got my name tattooed on her neck. She went on a telenovela series down there in the hood, you know. She went down there in the hood and had these niggas harassing me, paying these niggas, paid Kimmy Love $250. Went over there, paid the Roderick Root $150 plus more. So, okay, I'm okay. And now it's my turn to recall and reinforce the audience because, see, those other people harass me. They let you tell lies. And now that you're a problem for them, they don't want to say that I was right, but I'm here to tell you bitches that I'm right and to lightweight pack each and every one of you motherfuckers up in real time who played with me. So lady with the tattoo on her neck, her mama came up. Okay, that's her mama right there, and that's her. Got my name tattooed over her thyroid. You see how big and swollen it is. And that's not from the tattoo, because that tattoo was there already about 2 weeks ago. Had plenty of time to heal. So here's what her mother is saying. Bell's spirit towards me, how I saved her sons from busting her across the head, and how one is gay. So she compiled all of that to come to whatever conclusion or whatever she meant. But to me, it was just a joke, and I can see how it offended you, and I deeply apologize for that. And that would have never been said if your granddaughter was not the devil. Like, so it's not just me, it's everybody else. And from what I'm getting with you is she's doing to me and people online the same thing she's done to you and others.
Exactly. That's what I said months ago on Z-Banger. I understand what y'all saying. Y'all ain't the only ones, but the reason I'm here is because my grandson is up there on the thumbnail, and I didn't appreciate it.
Which thumbnail? The Z-Banger channel. He's not on this thumbnail.
2 or 3 years ago. So I've never been back on YouTube talking about him, you, my grandsons, nobody. Okay. Mm-hmm. Until just when 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks ago, I got a notification and decided to listen to her YouTube channel because I don't listen to it. So when I heard that about my grandsons, then I went to this channel here to see what you had to say. Yes. And when it was something about the Cardi B, do you really owe her an apology? Something like that.
See, I actually like you. I like you. You just, when you go off, you go off, but you can be an adult.
Is it donate or donut?
It's donut.
Donut. Let me tell you something. I'm cool like I was on Z-Banger, correct? That probably was performative because I nuts up.
Oh, you performed? No. She is a nut. She is a nut. Like I had to mute her because she was violating every policy on this bitch. And the only reason why my content didn't get snatched is because I rebutted and let them know that, hey, this is somebody on the platform violating it. I understand the rules and we're not going to fly for it. See, platforms actually like when you could point out the violations and educate the people on what's considered a violation or not. So as long as you do that, add education to it, which is informing the public that this is a violation, it will stand. So that's why they can't get rid of this video for the shit that she said. Investigators. I'm telling you, ma'am, I got so much. Your daughter has been threatening to kill me. One second, did you know your daughter was on the phone laughing about Chrisean Rock's ex-boyfriend dying an hour after that happened? Ain't nobody know about it before you.
How many times she said she hope I die?
She say that to you too?
How many times she told everybody in the family she hoped they die? How many times has she told everybody she's ever known she hoped they die? So that's for me. Okay, yeah, she do that, and I may try to step in and so everyone won't take it. So it's bad as fuck. Number one, but I want you to understand that everybody gets that. Everybody, family, friends, niggas, and now you do. Okay, outside of YouTube, we all got that shit in text messages, long books.
Long books.
Right.
And then if you respond to one, she think you read everything, right?
I be telling her I'm not reading this book. So, but I'm not here to point in the bashing. I am here to say I do understand it is a problem, and you can look at it as content if y'all just want to joke and entertain and do the things y'all do. But okay. All I was saying was that please just keep my grandsons out the conversation. Now, you said that you heard, and this is what some understanding I want to get because I'm not in the household. I don't know what they're doing over there.
Gotcha.
So you said that you heard some commotion, and I guess they got on your phone. What commotion? What was going on? Because I'm worried about my grandsons and their good mental health. You understand? They have to deal with this. You understand? So I want to make
sure. Again, the mother already said that she's worried about her grandsons, their mental health, because they have to deal with this. Almost immediately after she said everyone gets death threats, everyone gets the long book messages, everyone gets and just imagine you have no choice but to deal with this because this is your mother. So her mother was trying to figure out what's going on with the grandson because it's unbearable online. Just imagine this is somebody in real life that you have to deal with. And I understand it. Mental health is something real and serious, especially in the Black community. But this girl is like, she got so much trauma, and I don't want to put her business out like that, but she was essayed, and a lot of people have that. You can make a channel and you can tell your story about that to draw you some attention. But don't use that to flip that attention to be something of bad because you got different fucked up character traits, right? You know, tell your own story. Or her father abandoned her, or her mother said on Z Banger's panel that she had to go back and get her daughters from the father. And like, I don't know what's going on. All I know is her fucking brain is scrambled and is fried. It's scrambled and it's fried. Like Humpty Dumpty up there. And motherfuckers, everywhere she go, people try to help her put her pieces back together. But every single time you think and you believe that this person is somebody that's cool, they'll flip on you. Okay, the first thing, love bomb like crazy, tell you you're special, give you a large amount of money on Cash App to get close to you, find ways to trauma bond, minimize their issues to act like it's normal. And then while you thinking this person is cool, collecting information about you, and you're freely giving it because she's deceived you to think that, oh, this is somebody cool. It's like, no, this is a demonic person. And then once you see her for who she is and try to get away from her, she would then use all of the information that she collected about you from you, and also in ways that you wouldn't even think of. If you give this person your phone number, she will do background checks on you. She would find out who your kids are, what school they go to. She would find out where your dead people buried at, everything just by way of a phone number or your name. So any and everything she's going to find to attach herself to you, so that if you try to let her go, she's going to throw that at you. It pretty much creates a PTSD-like effect to where you feel like you have to deal with her because nobody wants to deal with her, even in real life. So says her mother. So her son one day, and mind you, she has two sons. She has an older son that has like a deeper voice. And then she also has a younger son that has a high-pitched voice. And her younger son, who is now 19, but 18 at the time, was finna bust her in the head with something. And, you know, and she just recently put his pictures online. She like screenshotted photos of an album roll, and her son, the one that is now 19. I don't know how old he was. He looked young in this picture, and she posted it. And I'm like, why would you post your kids with as many people, dead parents and kids and shit that you talk about? And you mad because there is a picture of you publicly of you sitting in the court of law getting sentenced with a burgundy wig on, and we can't help but notice that your son is in the background just looking at you so sad and disappointed. You continue to disappoint your sons. If anybody, do right by your kids because they the ones who have no choice but to deal with you. Your mama don't, you grown. Like your mama said, I can't control what she do. She grown. I don't care what about none of that. Everything you saying about her is true. What about my grandkids? They have a fighting chance. And I get that. So if you're this much of a diabolical, disgusting fucking person, you need help. And you know, she did a video saying that I was lying, that Latrice loved her. Latrice from the Chrisean Rock sector, right? Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick, okay? Let me pull this shit up real quick right here, okay? So she was right here saying Latrice loved her, and I'm lying, confusing the people. And this is the message. I'm not going to show you the first one because I meant what I said in that first one, and I'm not going to show that one. But anyways, I told Latrice, I said, please stop allowing her to build relationships with you at my expense. And most certainly don't forget who she really is. I will encourage you to disassociate with her at all costs. Her mother told me on my panel during the live stream that she basically stalks and harasses everyone in the same way. See, I barely go out of my way to communicate with people about stuff like this, but if these people are constantly being mentioned, you got to be like, okay, I know how to handle this person, okay? So this is what Latrice said, contrary to what she's saying publicly. She says, I'm done with that lady. I have her blocked on all things. I fell for the okie doke because my heart is pure, but never again. All I would do going forward is pray for her. No more. Anyone who uses a person's vulnerability to use as a weapon for when we fall out is not okay. Regardless of how I feel, what people share with me is private and remains so. No, I didn't hate her before, but now I despise her. I don't like mess, and it's all she brings. Nobody is safe. I'm good on her. You've always been great with your craft, and I won't take that back. I stand on that. Did I like y'all talking about her kids? Hell no. They're off limit. No excuses. Okay, so again, I did make a joke because her son is in a picture looking disappointed. And that's public record. Now, I can pull that up and you can't do anything about it because it's public records. Like, even though that might be triggering to you, it's like pulling up a mugshot or whatever. And matter of fact, I'm not going to do that at all. I'm not going to do that at all. Because then that'll give you a reason to play the victim. Oh, you thought I was going to drag you and going to do... No, I'm showing the receipts that everybody said that, oh, you got 1,000 emails, show them. It's exhausting. And why would I have to exhaust that when you're conceding to those facts in less than 3 days? You didn't already showed your motherfucking ass.
We don't want you here. We do not want you here. Goodness gracious. Well, Lord, what else was going on in these YouTube streets? Lord, I caught a little bit of Kimmy live. Lord, it was going down in the den. What?
Now let's keep on that. Let me be the juicy on that. See, I am disappointed in my own very own self.
Give me everything from the top, lady. Give it to me from the top.
This is what I was trying to do, Kai. You know, I was trying to give her advice because I kind of gave her a little advice when she was on the one panel. I think your panel or somebody panel I was on with her. I was trying to tell her, let that not shit go and show you your true self. Quit giving him energy, because see, when you give him energy, he's just gonna pop up. He's gonna blow up in your face. Then now y'all back argue. It's a never-ending cycle. So I was trying to tell her that it's more, and it got to be more to you than just the Donat saga. So as soon as I popped up on there, and I was like, hey, you know, make tea, you know, doing my little
hello everyone.
She started on me already. She gonna say hi. I said, damn, you gotta say it like that. She's like, who we gonna get today? I said, motherfucker.
Oh,
I said, this the same. You the same when they showed you dry ass titties. And you trying to say which one we gonna get from you? Are we gonna get the happy laugh, or we gonna get the energy? Because see, when you give him energy, he's just gonna pop up. He's gonna blow up in your face. Then now y'all back argue. It's a never-ending cycle. So I was trying to tell her that it's more, and it gotta be more to you than just the Donat saga. So as soon as I popped up on there, and I was like, hey, you know, make tea, you know, doing my little
hello everyone.
She started on me already. She gonna say hi. I said, damn, you gotta say it like that. She's like, well, who we gonna get today? I said, motherfucker.
Oh,
I ain't talking. I said, this the same. You the same when they showed you dry up ass titties. And you try to say which one we gonna get from you? Are we gonna get the happy leg, or we gonna get the nutty leg? So now but Donat is crazy, but now I see what he's talking about. I try to give her a chance to say, no, he just, you know, he picking. No, she Lord, is very much crazy.
Not crazy ass, because he up there telling us, keep telling us, oh, y'all live less than 15, 20 miles. Don't nobody need to know that. Okay, and how the hell do you know where Lady Bridget live at? Over there looking through people's files and shit. But wait a minute, keep going, because I do know what you're talking about. Because Lady T, in all due respect, you done flipped on me about 2 times. But you know, we let that go. You know, shit happens. But I think with this case, I think it was a preconceived notion with done because it wasn't she didn't she have press mail about something and Goody about something? Because I literally was in and out, and I was you know, I had, you know what I was doing, Lady B. I had to, you know, handle some business, some family business. So I couldn't really retain everything in its entirety. But I got word that she had pressed mailing about Goody, or Goody about mail, something like that.
That's what she kept bringing up to me. She wouldn't say what I said. She kept saying, but y'all, I said, baby, my name Bridget. Concentrate, focus.
Yeah, I hate generalizations. That's what Donat do. That y'all doing, y'all setting up a trap on me, and y'all doing this and that, and that's what Kai perpetuated. My name, I heard my name was brought up about a matter several times.
Shut your little ass up, nigga. You get on this bitch, be acting high, acting like Pookie from New Jack City, and lose your motherfucking mind, and to do anything for a click and a view in the motherfucking corner. You took money from that psychopath to let her on your platform to try to trash me, and thinking that you was doing it in the name of content. Keep my fucking dick out your mouth, you stupid loser.
But I didn't have the time.
She kept talking about, right? She was like, Mel and Goody. I said, honey, Goody is her own person. Mel's her own person. Now, how you gonna bring up Goody when you try to show your nasty ass pussy and you try to show your wrangle ass titties on her show? She has every reason to talk about you. I said,
listen, literally, she got on one lady platform, Goodytopia. Y'all know I love Goody. And because she know Goody wasn't having it in the scene through it. Like, they're the dummies, like Kai and Kimmy and Bridget, they're the dummies who fell for her shit and thought about dogpiling on me because, you know, that's how they do me, especially when they got a platform. Oh, I'm gonna make this. She was paying them and they was dogpiling, right? But Goody don't fall for that shit. So she couldn't stay in the fact that she couldn't control Goody. She literally got up there and fucking turned her camera on and threw herself in front of the fucking frame. Like, the last time I seen some shit like that was when Lady Gaga released a music video for, what is it, Telephone with Beyonce. Remember when she was in jail and they threw her in the cell and she got up and her titties and her snatch was out right there on the goddamn jail fence? That's what she did on that girl channel. She just couldn't take that woman telling the truth and dragging her to where she just wanted her whole channel gone. Like, so yeah, she did that.
People things to talk about you on. Cause you crazy as batshit. Then she want to bring up my dead mama. I said, girl, she don't understand. If you was standing next to me, you already bald headed, I was gonna snatch the rest of that hair off your fucking head. I said, baby, we ain't far from each other. She gonna talk about come to my house. Bitch, what the fuck I look like coming to your shit? I am 51 years old. I wish I would run to a bitch house. When you go to someone's house,
it don't even come to that. I think I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even come to say that to transfer those type of words. Is what I'm saying. I think it was a little bit of a preconceived notion that you feel some type of way about her even before that. Because remember, she said that. I don't know. She said that on my platform, or I believe it was my platform, that you leave my platform whenever she comes up, and that wasn't true.
And I never had.
She was getting that from Dana. And certain things that you get from certain creators, you have to be careful what you get. You have to allow the person, give them the benefit of the doubt.
Look at him, study, try to demonize me. You don't know a motherfucking thing about me. Just all of this shit, bitch. You high, you drunk, you do all this shit just to go live, nigga. You still ain't hear no shit. Your platform ain't growing. Your family ain't proud of you. And you ain't shit. You still stuck in Jag aura. That's why you need her. That's why you dropped you the only one that dropped the link and let her click that bitch every time.
To ask them yourself and not believe those things. But I think it's a preconceived notion going on that you feel some type of way about her. Listen, whatever she got going on, if she, you know what I'm saying, it don't phase none of us in our everyday life, and we're not going to mistreat her, because I know I didn't mistreat her. You didn't mistreat her whenever we're each other's virtual presence. So I don't know why. I don't know why I went that way. But
she's so slow. When she first came on your panel, we liked her. Everybody in the chat was like, "Oh, her energy cool." Then she started
like
telling
her,
her,
but I don't be liking them antics.
I'm cool. You talked about my mother that's not here no more, bitches. It's up in the stuck, and like the words of my brother, rest in peace, Sean P. It's on the floor.
Yeah, you don't talk
bitches
about
on the floor for life. But I never spoke on your mom. I never spoke on her family. Cause it's a lot I can say. Right. But see, I'm a little older than her. And I got
right. So there that is ruined the whole relationship, a whole platform. Somebody that actually likes to troll, deny, and likes to lie and spread misinformation around my name. You didn't even last for 3 days. Mad because people telling you to move on and stop being hyperfixated on deny. Because that's the only thing that you can say to get you some motherfucking attention. And like I said, go on over there to Sean David Wade, where he got the Chrisean Rock audience. I ain't going to have to say nothing because the chat going to do it. Rich Lomax, that's the original Sean. Go and get your history and do your research. And you will notice that ain't nobody give a fuck about what you had to say about me or another bitch. At all. Welcome to the hood, where they're gonna rape your motherfucking pockets. How Kimmy Love got all that money out of you. Even had her to the point to where she feel like she can call me and text me to come on her panel, and I'm thinking everything is cool, and she calling you to backdoor me because you done paid her to do that. But see, that's what happens when you demonetize. You'll do anything like a fucking snake blade in the grass. Even tell the people, oh, I love the knot. You love the knot because you know some crazy stalker that's gonna pay you to harass me for that. Ain't no love in this motherfucking game, okay? Borrowed my name, did all this other shit. Fuck all y'all, okay? Because all y'all got y'all history. All y'all that get up every day looking to be fixated on the same people, play ping pong with each other, and your platforms ain't growing, bitch, you're not even on my level, okay? Let's be clear. I don't have no endorsements, none of that shit. Don't need it, don't want it, and don't give a fuck about no numbers or how many fucking subscribers, followers. I said it when I had 70,000 souls, bitch. Who gives a fuck about where is the money? And I want to apologize. I don't know what's going on with my feature today because I tested it yesterday. It seems like I'm going to have to test it every time before I go live. And I'm so sorry about that, but I'm going to give you a special shout out to the people who did well in this live stream, okay? So now she went over to another platform, Kimmy Love, and this is the person that was able to call me and was able to, you know, bait me on the channel and the platform for her to do her diligence and her fucking nightmare and shit. And my whole thing was, let me go ahead and exhaust this shit. She want to play this tit for tat game, bitch. I ain't showing damn receipt. You already said you sent me 1,000 emails. You already said this and that. We don't care. Okay. All right, cool. Telling the same story over and over. Again, when you want to let this person go, they would take private person information about you to traumatize you into affiliation with them. And that's what this is about the sharing and releasing of information. She's even to the point to where she would call up a Victoria who has direct communication with Elizabeth and figure out all of Elizabeth's business through her correlation with Victoria, so that way she can blackmail and coerce Elizabeth into complicity by exposing private confidential information that she should not have. That's how much of a stalker she is. And I told this lady right here, she is next, just like Latrice. Then she do a video said, "Do not lie, Latrice loves me." That's the same lady that said you're demonic and batshit crazy 2 years ago publicly on the platform and sent me a message double downing on it. And now Kimmy Love then raped your pockets and she ain't letting it go fly by. You still stuck on stupid. She trying to move forward and you see the tricks wearing off and you see you're not getting the reaction and the response that you want from the knot because the knot is onto your game. And the whole time the knot is telling certain people like She Paints every single day what he's going to do and how this is going to play out. And they're texting me back and be like, damn, you really know how to handle this bitch. It took less than 72 hours. Yes, it did. Here go another victim that she didn't collect, y'all.
She was like, if you go live this evening, then I'm going to come. I said, I'm not going live. I need a break. And look what happened. Let me see, Kimmy, she was crying about the not talking about her son, but she let the worst mom on YouTube talk and laugh about her. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what this female is on. I really truly don't know. I don't know what this female is on. I don't know what's her agenda, but everybody is already, they're seeing things for what it is. You don't even, here's the thing. Some people show themselves. They reveal themselves. You don't even have to talk about them. And I'm not going to talk about her in a derogatory way or anything like that because other people are doing it enough. And people are already, what can I say? That's going to add to it. Seriously. Yeah. You're right, baby. You're right. It's really coming off as, I don't know, but and you did not gonna say y'all said that y'all gonna say I was right. Y'all gonna say I was right. Listen, Denat, you the one who shuffled her over here and playing with these damn two females.
No, I did.
You know,
you see, and you see that I shuffled her, or was I minding my business? Is just finally sharing and finally engaging with you on my community wall. after this lady has harassed me since 2024. So it's like, it's damn if I engage with you, damn if I don't. If I engage with you, then you running content on me and got crazy people like her out here and wonder why I don't share you and wonder why I don't engage with you on the daily. Because I don't do the same type of content that you do, even though sometimes it intersects. So because I know who you are and how you run content, and that somebody is going batshit crazy because they don't know where I'm at, they have no access to me, let me share you on my community wall so they can go and check you out because they watching everything that I do. Let me share Kyle. Let me share Goody. Let me introduce her to the hood. See, when I told you I dropped the bitch off in the hood and left her for dead, this is what I meant. Because now it took less than 72 hours for everybody to see who you are and pack you up and say the same thing that me, Latrice, and everybody in the Chrisean Rock sector have said about you.
I'm going to go ahead on and ignore. Let her have fun with
and ma'am, she took advantage of your vulnerability that you demonetized and sent you $250 to play on my top in front of your audience because I shared your video. So if anything, you need to thank me, Mr. 82. A lot of these niggas that got attention from my supporters to pay them to harass me just because it's me. Okay? That's the sacrifice it comes with when I throw away one of my supporters that I'm just mad and upset with. They get to go to these people that I don't like, or these people that don't like me, and they send them money to harass me. Or they buy their membership and they pop up in their chat trying to make a fucking statement. Bitch, I'm immune to that shit by now. So it was strategic for me to send that nut over there so she can send you some money and find out all your dirt and shit. So moving forward, when she do you the same way she did me, don't come fucking over here. Deal with that. That's a part of your narrative. Because see, y'all played with me for a long time, and I did shuffle her over there so that y'all can deal with her. Because that's how much I don't give a fuck about now one of y'all. I want y'all to fight amongst each other, fight amongst the peasants. And she went right ahead and did it. Because she's a chicken with her head cut off. And you a broke bitch who fell for it. And now that she done sent you money, you always gonna get that work from her.
Trees, and then Trees gonna bounce her ass like a basketball too. And it is what it is. Because I just don't need the extra shit. I just don't. You say, oh wow, Kimmy, so sorry to hear. I thought you and Lady T made up. Yeah, and then she texts me about, you know how you minding your own business, and then you get not a text because she don't have my phone number, but she inboxed me, she DM'd me, and she was saying something about AT. Did you tell AT something? I'm like, what are you talking about? Or it was something. Let me read it. Let me read a little bit.
Listen, I move to pieces. I move to pieces. Want me to tell you why? Y'all are inferior. And want me to tell you why? It's because you have to focus on me to get your shit popping. I don't have to focus on you. So if that's your focus, and I'm a part of your focus, even people that file fake ass paperwork against me, fake ass restraining orders, watching my every move and shit, because you're inferior. I don't give a fuck how you try to paint the pictures in public in the court of law, bitch. You are fucking inferior. And you live underneath me because you're following up and worried about what I'm doing, hoping that I face some type of consequences, rather it's platform-wise, rather it's whatever the fuck it is. Fuck all y'all. Eat a dick.
Actually, I'm just going to read her reply to me. Well, no, she said, is this a fucking joke? When have I ever sent you anything on AT2? I said, huh?
Oh, yeah. She told me everything about Mr. 82. How they both was ovulating, talking to my ex from Brazil, Enrique, for an hour and a half and try to plot and plan a live stream. But Mr. 82 didn't want to do it when the boy told him that I'd known him forever and that, you know, the history was real. They ain't want to do that. Everybody want the not to seem desperate, undesirable, only for them. What Mr. 82 said, told King Payne to get his own prison D. Yeah, that's what it is. These bitch ass niggas know that I will beat them in the head with a pistol, but I ain't even got to say it or do it for them to know it. That's what type of power I got over them. You know what I mean? So, ovulating, straight fucking ovulating, if you know what I mean. You understand what I'm saying? So that nigga, he's been ovulating and gonna keep on ovulating. And he like to blame She Paints on why I got a hold to his information and I would never share it publicly, and I would never use it for any reason beyond a legal purpose. And let's make that very clear. It becomes doxing when you share it publicly, meant to humiliate and so forth. So Lady T sent me all of his information, everything. Damn near sent me his blood type. And it ain't rock and roll. It's straight sugar, rainbows, and Kool-Aid. And, you know, and he thought that She Paints was up to, no. I mean, if somebody give up your information before somebody hire a private investigator, and the private investigator find out the same information, it just goes to confirm that what Lady T gave up and said and did was based on you. And so, you know, he wants access to me. He go to sweating and everything. Nigga posted talking about he in LA. They don't know where I'm at, what country or anything. They just guessing. Literally guessing. And so he done posted up on he done posted up that he was in LA. So I was like, oh, you in LA? Let me make a video because I know he watching and say I'm in LA. Straight ovulated. And then after, let me send you these receipts that this bitch done docked your whole family to me. Then it break down the relationship. This how I was moving behind the scenes, right? And now she done turned on Kimmy. Because Mr. 82, she thought she was going to collaborate with him. Because Mr. 82 done found out it wasn't She Paint, it was you who doxed this information. Is he going to be coerced into a relationship with you now? Because that's what you do, collect personal private information about people and use it against them. So now, for some reason, because I done told his dumb ass that, oh, she sent the same information to Kimmy. She did. And mind you, Kimmy finna tell on it by telling herself by saying that she texted her, even if you did send me the information, how would he know? Which means that it was sent to her. Because what y'all don't know, 4 days ago, I was on Kimmy's channel and I told Kimmy, I say, hey, she got your number, anything, everything about you. She'll get your information and send it around. Because I already knew days later that I was going to send that to 82 to break that down. And he was going to go live and say something in reference, in which he did. And he was also going to deteriorate that relationship. And if I throw Kimmy name in it, he's going to send her the receipts and she's going to go at Kimmy and she's going to show her true colors. And everything that I said and planned, you actually did, bitch, because I moved the pieces to the puzzle.
I said, what are you talking about? And then she sent me 2 screenshots. I said, what is this? Because I didn't even want to click on it. Wait, let me see. That's right. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. And remember, a bad lady like me has been demonetized. So y'all know what to do. Donate to the channel. Y'all know what to do.
And that's what she was doing. That's what she was doing. Kimmy, you know I knew you was demonetized. And you know I knew you needed you some money. That's why I sent her over there. See, that's how much I love you. Because you say you love me. Your dog ass will take money to do anything. And that's why I sent her over there. And because you didn't let that demon send you some money, you going to always owe her. Because she sent you that money for your silence, your complicity, and to be a platform and a safe space for her to endlessly harass the not. How many times did I ask her on your channel, when is this going to be over? And she said, honestly, I feel like I'm going to need 20. I even said and gagged and lied and said, I'm going to give you 20, 30 videos. And she said, oh, I get 20, 30 videos? Bitch, that was for the audience to know how obsessed you are. You helped me fuel the agenda and the focal point of you being obsessed. If I said that you can get 20, 30 videos and you complaining that I'm responding without you doing your 20, 30 videos, subconsciously that's telling the people and reinforcing the narrative that you are obsessed stalker. And you're not smart enough to see that though. And then Kimmy, so broke, demonetized, got the nerve to tell me I ain't even support to the channel. I supported the channel by sending the cuckoo bird over there and getting on the platform, because if I didn't get on the platform, what good's for her to be over there if I would have just ignored her? But I needed to exhaust her narrative and I needed your broke ass to eat. See, that's what I did for you. And that's how much I love you, Kim, with your broke ass.
You said she is proving the not right about her crazy, how crazy she is. Just keep it 100. Just keep Kimmy's name out of your mouth, especially with Roddy Root, girl. As long as she pays, Roddy Root will be good. Exactly. And then she said, I said, what is this? She said, Donat sent that to AT2 telling him lies, saying I sent you and him AT2 parents information.
And the thing about moving the pieces is like the pieces are the pieces. I have to deal with the pieces that are at me. I know everybody want to alternate my reality and shit, but you're just a piece of a big old puzzle. I am the actual puzzle, and I get the fucking final say so on how beautiful and how my life looks. You bitch ass niggas throwing roadblocks and jamming pieces where they don't belong. I'm still the puzzle. Please believe that I'm still the puzzle that you're focused on. Okay, I'm the puzzle, regardless of how you paint the pictures. What the fuck anybody say? I'm the puzzle. I know that. You know that. That's why you're obsessed with me, stalking in me, monitoring me.
I just put laugh out loud. And then she said, when the fuck have I ever, see, what it is that she lacks respect. She don't know, she don't know kind words, or, she don't have a good approach. And just the way that she approach you, it automatically puts you on tip. Even though it's no problem, she just automatically puts you on tip. She said, when the fuck have I asked for access to you, not sent any information besides she pants? The fuck? And then said, I'm not being lied on. I'm too real. This ain't my type vibes. I said, girl, he just trying to get a rise. And then she said, no, he is trying to make anyone cut me off, even his ops. I'm done. I said, even if you did, he wouldn't know. I said, even if you did send it to me, he wouldn't have known.
So that's what you told on yourself. See, because I know who this person is. And I know this person went over to your platform around the same time that I was there gagging, dragging Mr. 82. Mr. 82 did a video about you. She's watching all of this and think that she's so smart and not knowing that I know what you see. And I know you see the trend and I know you see the narratives. I know you see it all. And I put you where I wanted you to belong, like a fucking female dog that you are. I put you there. And so this right here is just reinforcing the ideology that this person continues to go into sectors, collecting victims, and has no right authority to convince my audience to support me or not, has no right or authority to convince a former supporter with whatever reason to try to tap into and influence the other ones to not support me because you are a batshit crazy bitch. And multiple content creators in multiple sectors see it. And everywhere I go and everywhere you want to attach yourself to me, if I go politics, if I go manosphere, then we're going to do this shit all over again. And it's going to be the same fucking results. Want me to tell you why? Because you are an insane bitch.
Because I ain't into transferring one thing to the next. And then she said, the point is I've never asked for, nor begged to be in none of y'all spaces.
Stop lying. And I told them, I said, y'all keep dropping links and asking her questions about me. She's going to blame y'all. I ain't obsessed with him. I was trying to let him go. I was doing my own thing. They kept asking me. They kept asking me. It's all their fault. Because this is somebody who don't take accountability. And I've seen Goody Ron in chats telling y'all this is not over yet. Y'all better buckle up. Y'all buckle up. Okay? Y'all buckle up, not me.
Offered anybody fucking info. See, it's the way that she talks. I said, girl, shut up. It's a fucking lie. Ignore his ass. The fuck? And then she said, first of all, he got his wish. He knew I would flip and that you would get smart, Alec. I would be done. Wait, I would be done. So bravo, I'm out. Okay, girl.
2 months.
Okay. Be gone then. More power to you. I hope that you get what you want out of this sector. I hope that it works out for you. She lacked common sense. The beat is crazy. Him and AT2 are not friends. Is the new man. I don't know. She really trying to make her way. I don't know why she was in prison, and I'm not even interested in looking it up. I'm not. I just don't understand what the flip-flop, you know, and the flip tongue shit is about. You know, you got to know how to talk to people. For real, you do. You have to learn how to choose your words when you're dealing with people. Shut up. You know what? Funny how Mills World dragged me over a tattoo and sending money, yet I found out that you was doing phone X with a man in the. And she tagged me in. Girl, okay, goodbye. Have fun, girl. Do your thing. Do your thing. Have your fun.
And you know what's so crazy? She said, I think she got it covered up or something. I don't know. Or as a sticker. At the end of the day, she said when she look in the mirror, she still see my name on her neck. That's crazy. And I know your grown son see it too, wonder what they think.
Everybody really running your ass out. I mean, I'm just going to ignore it tonight. Thanks for sending me that. I promise you, I'm just going to ignore the child. She needs help. She needs to touch the hem of Jesus' garment. And if you want to be in all actuality, wait, first let me read this. Hey, Miss Kimmy, well, I don't deal with volatile people. I prefer calm, serene, funny people and respect. Yes. I wanted to know what made her think that we were going to get along if she's sending out devil books on the devil.
Oh, Lord. Yes, indeed. This girl docs or received my actual home address from doxed information and sent me a devil book to my actual fucking address. And then on top of that, she contacted people in my real life from Googling the phone numbers and stuff and thought that that was going to be something that put me in a situation to where that's what she do. Oh, I got your address and I did this. And subconsciously it's traumatized to be like, what the fuck? Oh, it's okay. And then she laughing, acting all nice or putting on her white voice. That's what she called it. And Kimmy Love, when she realized what she done did, she's like, can't do this. Can't deal with none of this, you know? So this person is despicable and diabolical.
I mean, it is what it is. You do you, baby. And you have fun. And again, I hope you get whatever it is in life that you're going after. But me, I'm straight. I ain't got time for that drama. See, I want to run away from drama. I don't run into it. And
these are people who roast and dox and go back and forth and sue each other. These are the people that saying that, bitch, we don't want shit to do with you. You know it's bad. Now they put no Blicky to Kimmy head, the Kai head, the Bridget head, the Goody head, the Mel Jones, Mel's World head, the Mr. 82 head. Now they put no Blicky to nobody head to tell them to not rock with you. These people thought that I was being delusional and that I was over exaggerating and that I was a liar and you was this righteous person because of your nice, sweet voice and how you manipulate people. And most importantly, how you were sending them healthy cash apps. That's the real tea.
Looking for it. So, you know, that we are not the same as far as that. We are not the same with a whole lot of stuff. And again, this is not going to be a roast on you. It's just publicly, do you. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not going to come after you. I'm not. We're not, you know, we're not, we don't keep the same type of people. And you offend people. That's not good. You're not gonna make it fun.
She sound defeated. Like she's just over this person. That's how exhausting she is. You give her access to you. You got what her mama said at the beginning when I started showing you who she is. Books of messages, pages, using information against you, just draining your energy. And the way she do it to people online, she send you cash outs. Of course, you're gonna be soft and receptive to. Oh, okay, damn, you just sent me $250. What else is you saying? What else? And Kimmy's demonetized. So she was really like, yes, sir, master. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'll do that for you, ma'am. And the bitch exhausted her in less than 72 hours.
In this sector, offending people. Sometimes you have to bite your tongue. You have to. You come off harsh. You come off like you're hurt and bitter in life.
Yes.
You're mad. And you're mad for what? You're mad, you're angry.
Oh.
You babble repetitively. It's crazy. Yes, very much. I can literally say, for real, I can literally say when she get up here, I feel like all the energy has been sucked from me.
Oh, Lord. Yes.
Seriously.
A succubus.
That's how
a whole fucking succubus.
I feel like I've been just, when I got off a live that day that she was on.
Hold on, what she say? Hold on, a whole succubus. And this is what I'm saying. Y'all think, oh, you want to silence this person. You don't want this person to speak. No, this bitch drains every ounce.
It's crazy. Yes, very much. I can literally say, for real, I can literally say when she get up here, I feel like all the energy has been sucked from me.
Oh, Lord.
Seriously. That's how I feel. I feel like I've been just swiped. When I got off a live that day that she was on my panel, I had to take a nap. I never do that. That's how draining. And that's how I felt that about one more other person, Jaguar Wright.
Jaguar Wright.
Yes.
A whole bunch of crazy people. So there's that. Like, you know, and again, let me just go ahead and show y'all because she tried to push this narrative that Latrice love her. That woman don't want shit to do with you. Nobody wants nothing to do with you. Not even the people in your real life, because you smell like and look like do. Okay? Get it through your head. This is what Latrice told me, even though you lied to her and painted a one-sided narrative to act like you're the victim, because I drug your gay son. Your gay son wake up, and when he look at you, he ain't looking at you in the eyes. Even if he is looking at you in the face, he still got to see the not name tattooed on your neck. The same man that called and told him not to bust you in your head because you was doing to him what you do to everybody online and your mama them too. He still got to see your name. He still got to remember that it was a man that talked sense into him and made him cry. Okay? He ain't got no father figure around him because you run everybody away. I'm the closest thing to being a father figure. I bet I was the last male that gave him some information. Don't go and get your oldest son with the voice, the one that you done really butt broke, the one that you done probably stole from his girlfriend that wanted to move him far away from you. Go get the sweet one, the one that's finna bust you side the head, like everybody else ends up feeling like that they have to do in order to get rid of you. Latrice said, I'm done with that lady. I have her blocked on all things. I fell for the okie doke because my heart is pure, but never again. All I would do going forward is pray for her, no more. Anyone who uses a person's vulnerability to use as a weapon for when we fall out is not okay. And that's just what she do. Gonna use trees the same way. Rich Lomax gonna end up packing up, especially she go over there talking about she likes Sean David Way when he stole that man's whole personality and intellect and sayings and everything to become somebody on YouTube. So when you fall out, Latrice said, regardless of how I feel, what people share with me is private and remains so. No, I didn't hate her before, but now I despise her. I don't like mess, and it's all she brings. Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody is safe. I'm good on her. You've always been great at your craft, and I won't take that. It still stands. Did I like y'all talking about kids? Heck no. Listen, I'm not talking about her kids. She brought her kid to me, the one that was on the picture. And I'm going to show y'all the picture that she's so traumatized by. Okay, she, I don't even know how she's a truck driver. When she killed the woman on the road. Let me bring this up. All right, here you go. This is her right here. Okay, I don't know if y'all seen this or not. She like to dox people, bring up other people's shit. This is a public issue. This is a public news article that anybody can bring up for whatever reason.
A woman who made an illegal turn in a tractor trailer, killing a motorcycle rider, is going to jail for 90 days. Tiffany Davis pleaded guilty to vehicular manslaughter back in May. She was driving east on Columbia Parkway near Mount Adams last August when she turned into the path.
So this is what she's mad about. Her son, who is now 19, is sitting behind her. Okay, this is her son back here, and she's faking tears and stuff. And she's mad because I play in this video and her son is in it. No, ma'am, you don't give a damn about your son that was finna bust you in the head with a brick or whatever the fuck he had. You give a damn about you being embarrassed about still driving trucks after you made an illegal U-turn and killed the polar white girl. You shouldn't have had your son in the courtroom. I'm like BLUEFACE grandfather. Kids don't belong in the courtroom. You traumatized him. Your son had to see you get sentenced to jail.
A woman who made an illegal turn in a tractor trailer, killing a motorcycle rider, is going to jail for 90 days. Tiffany Davis pleaded guilty to vehicular manslaughter back in May. She was driving east on Columbia Parkway near Mount Adams last August when she turned into the path.
See what I'm saying? Like, you got your son in the courtroom. You got your son in the courtroom, and he's looking at you with so much disappointment. A failed mother that was in prison during his most pivotal years.
Parkway near Mount Adams last August when she turned into the path of a motorcycle ridden by Jordan Alexander. Davis broke down as she apologized in court to Alexander's family. She was also fined $700.
And she's always apologizing to people just to turn around and do the same thing. It's a one that she ain't hit nobody else or cause other niggas to run out the road and take a screenshot or a picture of it and act like she ain't did it. The same way she keep on calling the lead detective in Ronnie Doe's unalignment case. But you know what I'm finna do? I'm finna Google and I'm finna call the Ann and Randall detectives and tell them that there's a video of you laughing about his death and they take a listen to that, because to me it's giving I'm the main suspect and I'm gonna work with the detective so that it don't look like I'm a suspect. So I'm going to find out who the detective is over Ronnie Doe case and send them that video of you and Rack 100, what y'all said about Ronnie Doe and how y'all laughed before the police even got to the crime scene.
$150 on Columbia Parkway near Mount Adams.
Look at that. Why is your son in the court watching you get sentenced? Why? This is disgusting behavior. This is disgusting. Why would you have your son in the court, especially in front of the camera frame? Because, see, you thought by using your son that the camera's the public and this is your moment to shine. That's why you cried on cue. Look like, let me see. Somebody asked, what year was this? You used your son as a decoy. This was 6 years ago. 2019 is when this happened. Okay, so her son was very, very much underage right here 6 years ago. Specifically, he was 13, 14, I believe, at this particular time. So he's a grown man now and has been going through and dealing with all of this involving Tiffany. Mama gone, dad ain't want nothing to do with him. So, you know, that's why when I told him last year when I think he was 18, he was finna bust her in the head. I told him, I said, boy, you better respect your mama. And, you know, just, you know, they say it takes a village to raise a child. And I was just being that nigga to let him fall back off his mama, Lady Boo Head. And he started crying and he started trying to build a correlation with me and how he felt and stuff. And that boy has been watching me, paying attention to me and looking up to me since forever. And every time he look at his mama and see her neck, he see the knot on the neck and got the nerve to act like somebody talking about your son. Ma'am, you had your son posted up right behind you in court for sympathy.
Last August when she turned into the path of a motorcycle ridden by Jordan Alexander. Davis broke down as she apologized in court to Alexander's family. She was also fined $750 and immediately taken into custody.
Crazy. And somebody said, how does she still have CDL license? I don't know how she still have CDL license. I honestly don't know, and I cannot tell you. Whether it's Tiffany Ian Davis or the other Tiffany Davis with the same day of birth, literally same month, same day, diagnosed with erotomania disorder where she believed people are really in love with her and that this is a back and forth when people are really saying we're tired and through and don't nobody want to deal with you. So I took her to the hood and they quickly found out who she was. And now she over there on Flea's platform trying to a clout chase and don't nobody believe shit that Fleas say. Fleas is the biggest liar and will take shit, spin it, flip it, manipulate. She is the biggest liar and the only wannabe ex-former YouTube CC who has a YouTube channel dedicated to exposing her antics that's much bigger than any channel she ever made on YouTube. So go on ahead over there, go on to Sean David Wade. Go on, ask. You need to ask Rich Lomax about Sean David Wade if you really want to know the truth. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to ask him. Just pay attention to his cadence and his delivery, and you will find that Sean David Wade stole everything from him. The same way he hijacked and tried to steal the Naziah Harris, Mahogany Jackson, Miss Netta and Charles, and Chrisean Rock shit from me too. The niggas are copycats. And I don't give a fuck who you friends with because I'm friends with myself. Let's be clear about that. I'm friends with myself. Relationships are fickle. People will try to set you up, play a role in public, do some shit behind your back. The only time I go to getting calculated is if it's involving protecting me and my longevity, not at the sabotage of somebody else simply because you feel inadequate. But shout out to Aunt Deb, shout out to She Paints, shout out to Jessica Bush, shout out to all the moderators and everybody in the building. Greatly, greatly appreciate you. Big Mama, thank you so much for the 5 gifted and the bits and everything that you guys have supported for this channel. Somebody in the chat was clocking how many gifted memberships was sent by some people. To me, when you say stuff like that and worry about things like minding my motherfucking business instead of focus on the content, it's giving Lady T, and you finna get blocked for life if you come out and we keeping dibs on you. Let's be clear. My shooters are heavy and my people know how you move and how you maneuver, okay? Greatly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm actually late. I got to go to a party. Okay, and I don't want to be tardy for the party, but if we have to come back here, I'm definitely going to send that detective over in Ann and Randall what Lady T and White 100 said about Ronnie Doe. But until then, much love. Appreciate you guys. We out. Thank y'all for being here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. And thank y'all for accepting me and loving me regardless of what I talk about. You guys know that I'll be hot on the topic and I'll go cold turkey and talk about something completely different because that's what real creators do. Creators, real influencers influence people like Sean David Wright. Shout out to you. Thank you. I almost felt like my features did not work. Okay, they say it's about the numbers and the clicks and the views. Didn't I get more clicks and views yesterday and make more money yesterday talking about Tyler Perry than today? Maybe I just don't want to play the algorithm game because, on Twitch, the people going to pull up for me regardless. Y'all looking at them other platforms that dictate and determine who gets the search results and not. Child, I don't fuck with horses since Christopher Reeves, and I don't fuck with bullshit ass, bitch ass niggas that's been buck broke since the Wiley Lynch letter. I absolutely don't, okay? Go back to the picture of her standing next to the man, big and tall. Filters are the devil. Oh, child, Lord have mercy. We know she built like Chrisean Rock. That's why she was stalking in Chrisean Rock sector. Felt like this bitch is slap crazy, can cry about a man that don't want her. Why can't I be the same way? Let me go over here and infiltrate and say hey to everybody, and everybody realize you suffering from erotomania disorder. And a black tea sector. Oh.
Here we go.
Thank you. Money, money, money. I greatly appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I absolutely do. But keep in mind, we going to keep on doing these live streams like this based on trending topics and whatever else I want to talk about. Yes, indeed. And I'll see you guys. I'm going to try to do my streams earlier during the day, during the week, because I feel like that other stuff later on today is for like when I'm acting crazy. And y'all know y'all love me acting crazy and being like all improv and shit like that. You guys love it, okay? That horse sticker takes me out, doesn't it? And you know what, Jessica, they say the horse sticker got people acting crazy and thinking I'm talking about Doe. What are you talking about? Queen Shay 777, do me a favor, baby. You have to come to Twitch. Child, they say y'all sending the horse stickers and me talking about butt broke ass niggas got CCs thinking I'm talking about them to why I might get locked up because y'all done sent the horse sticker and they won't let me out until I request a speedy jury trial to intellectually cuss all them bitches out because I only care about the opinion of the people. And the people are intelligent, working, living Los Angeles County. That's what it is, okay? And I don't give a fuck about a bitch in a robe doing a bench trial. I don't. And I don't have to be nice to nobody at all. And I promise you, a bitch won't trick me up out of my shit. And you will have to litigate. You definitely will. And that's not to whoever the fuck think that I'm talking about them. I'm talking about bitches that's filing fake ass court paperwork and the court's telling them they got 14 days to serve me and they don't know how to do it and they will not know how to do it. Okay, you got until April the 2nd and them 14 days are up. So go on, waste your time and spend your time trying to figure it out. And it ain't gonna happen. Bye.